Disorder. So let's listen to RZA as he takes Kev Gill's information. And my man RZA Islam in the building. Slinky good.
But America helped Hitler.
America helped Hitler. Come on.
Here's the part that I don't like. It's the blatant, overt hypocrisy. You know BMW? You seen the BMW? Yeah, good old Hitler. That's Nazis. Mercedes, you like those?
No. America is Hitler. Press one.
Adolf Hitler, Nazis. Krispy Kreme donuts, partially founded, Nazis.
God damn.
Let's cut the cap. Knock this off. He helped to kill some of our people too.
Really? Look how I'm telling on each other. Look at RZA. Hashtag RZA. Press 1 with 12 A's. Press 1. RZA, come on. Hitler helped kill us too. Press 1. What are you doing? Where did you get this? RZA hiding out in the background, taking my information on tour. Could you believe this? Keep going, RZA. Tell him.
In the Holocaust, they don't talk about the African Germans who were there. Don't get this twisted. He learned a lot of what he learned as it pertains to the sterilization and
Don't you worry about them African Germans. Press 1. RZA Brown. Hashtag RZA Brown. You already know, my man. That old RZA Brown bring back memories. Oh, can he move those legs? Can he, ladies? That boy right there can go all the way down, do the splits, lift himself up, and by holding the back of his collar and everything. Just lift back up, do a twist. Come on, let's go, pretty baby. That nigga's good at them dance moves. I wasn't never good at dancing. I tried, but I could never do no dance move. I got a good little whatever comes out, and that's all you're gonna get. I'm gonna stop right there, drink, and pretend nothing ever happened. That's why. All this dancing and shit, I'd rather just look cool. Fuck all that. You start sweating and shit. Start sweating out them clothes you bought, and sweating under your arms, them good clothes you just bought. But my man is in the class, though. And he's trying to put it together in his brain.
Particularly with needles from California, from this state, what it was doing to the over 20,000 black and brown women in the prisons. Adolf Hitler gave the credit to California for that part as it pertains.
You need to give me my credit, RZA.
To the eugenics movement. He learned a lot of that from here. Wait.
Yeah, he learned everything from here because he is an American Democrat. That's why. Hitler was a Democrat, and he was an American too. In Germany, he was that. Over here, he was fucking whoever he was. At the same time, Woodrow Wilson and him was over here, so y'all quit the cap. Quit acting like y'all teaching us something. You see how we taking our power back? Right here at the road. You see that, Taj? We can't let him take our power back. Remember, take our power. I like RZA. I like when he goes off and he's all so confident with my information and says, yeah, you didn't know? Man, come on, bro. Everybody knows Hitler had black Germans. They were Nazis. Yeah, he slaughtered them too. Yeah, about 10 to 15 million of them. Yeah, they know everything. They're the gatekeepers. Press 1. I'm Neo. Press 1. These niggas is the Merovingians. Press 1. Why do you want to know? Because I want to know. Press 1. But one must. But you, who brought you here? My father. Your father who? This make believe. We made that up in 1703. White man did it. Press 1. Damn. Just give me what I need to know. Acting like. See, this information is free over here at the row. I told them to come eat. They doing everything Peter and them did to Jesus. They was taking what he was saying and going to profit off of it. Press 1. They did the same. Bro. They was taking what he was saying, bro, going up, flipping it upside down. Press 1 to meet their God. Back to who? The God of Hindus in India. Press 1, and that's the importance of in today's show. How these people got y'all spiritually in hell by worshiping other gods like Lord Shiva and all of these things. Press 1, and then legally seizing your land. Through the banking system. See, when Adolf Hitler and the United States and them did a treaty with Morocco, oh my goodness, ain't that the 5 points? Wait a minute, hold up, press 1. You gotta beat these people up like this, boom, boom, boom. You gotta be able to see the game plan from up here. Oh, these niggas was with them. These ain't nothing but the Moors were nothing but the black French. All of this stuff was incorporated recent. Not way back then in time immemorial where they made up where this person met up with this person, all this artwork of arrows and Jerusalem and all this nonsense. They just incorporated the shit in 1900s. Press one. You gotta know this. Don't let no Moor tell you, oh, we was America's first ally. It's a friendship. It's not even a legal ally. And America is a corporate entity. So how could you be in allies with a soulless being other than by way of the Catholic Church? So y'all niggas need to tell the truth. Who y'all king is and who y'all serve. Y'all serve Serapis too. Press one. Y'all serve Serapis too. All y'all pretend like you don't serve the vicar and the substitute Christ, but you all do. And by division, press one. You ever heard that saying? Man, all these politicians all get along in the background, but so do these people too. All of them do. They ain't just these just weak ass cosplay titles. I like to cosplay too with the ladies. Press one. I am Zorro. Press one. No more locked doors. But come on, fella. A whole lifetime of cosplay? You guys got beside yourself.
If y'all really want to go there, you helped him. He made Time Magazine's Man of the Year.
What? In what year? 38. That's after the stock market crash. Now listen. Get him, RZA. RZA is a student of mine. I'm the most honorable Kevin Gillespie. Press one. I'm the Honorable Kevin Gillespie. And RZA is also a student of mine. He's not only a Scientologist scholar, he's not only a scholar in the Nation of Islam, but he's bringing on the information. He's trying to exceed all heights. I want that nigga knowledge too. No, yeah, come get it. Marley says, after the coup. Well after the coup. Well after the coup, sir. Well after the... Oh, but after 33. Yes. See, they don't get it. But after 33, you were defeated by the Egyptian gods. Or this Krishna, or they love to say the Bible was written by the white. No, the Bible is law, and your laws was given to you by way of the Magna Carta, your king. Press one. These foreigners have overstepped, even the black ones, their boundaries. Press one. They over here begging for reparations, and they stole everything from you, trying to take from the trust that when the 13th and the 14th was meant to enslave you, here they come. The Moors, the Africans, the South Africans, the Dutch, all on the Queen Mary, all on the Mayflower, which is a steamship. Press one. Your people over there fighting in the war, trying to help rebuild. They on their way over here. And who owned all those ships? J.P. Morgan and his buddies. It's the reason why I'm looking for those hellfighters. Because King Leopold murdered 10 to 22 million people. And I need to know if this motherfucker is the one that captained that ship. Press one. So that's important to me, to know who these Nazis are and how it relates. But it's even more is to know the Nazis, the black Nazis as well, the black Germans. See, a lot of these Haitians, don't let me get started right now. Press one. A lot of these French, nah. Press one. Yeah, see? They got on them island, mate. Press one. A lot of those French, your little Haitian boyfriend, talking about black and we black and you American black lazy, those are Nazis too. Huh? Yeah, asking for reparations and taking advantage of your shit too, of your trust. That's why it's important for you to wake up and know exactly what's going on. A lot of these, what the Hebrew Israelites call Hamites. I'm starting to think Tariq Nasheed is a damn slick talking Hamite person. Old Meghead. Press 1. I'm starting to think a lot of these people are just African Germans. Just German by way of French. And French, again, a corporation.
The swastika didn't come from the Nazis. The swastika was an Indian symbol of peace.
Now, look at that.
That symbol is used all throughout Africa.
Africa was incorporated in what year, family? Africa was incorporated. See how we got to talk to these? Africa was invented when? Who made the scramble of Africa? That was Leopold and them trying to scramble and carve out. Oh, yeah, because they needed a cover story. So they start parting out that what's the name and designating it to press 1 and messed up the indigenous people on those lands. Ain't got nothing to do with us. Press 1. So a lot of these people, y'all be like, why these black people look the way that they look? A lot of them are foreign blacks.
That symbol is used in Ethiopia. That symbol is used when it comes to the pyramids in ancient Kemet. That symbol was used by our people for peace and tranquility and good faith and love and all these positive affirmations long before Adolf Hitler and the Nazis took it over and stole it. That symbol was used by the Navajo tribe here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Press 1. Oh, I got the pictures. The Navajo tribe, huh? You talking about them little Asian people? You call Native Americans who the federal government is now making them identify themselves. Sir, even they are waking up. What do you mean the Navajo tribe? See what happens when you know your history? They can't run circles on you and lead you back based off of what you don't know. I'm giving men and women something to defend themselves with and pointing you back to back to the word of God too, because that's where your history is. Also, you know your history of what happened to you on this land. If not, you need to go to school and learn, at least take a history course. And then come back so I can break it down for you and tell you biblically and historically how it's the same manifestation of the same thing. This is the same people. Written in prophecy, history, and in a will. And we all know inheritance is in wills. Press 1. So this is a will you want to be a part of. You don't want to be a part of a willless, soulless corporation. Press 1. They don't have a will. How could a soulless corporation? Press 1. Pass down anything. Press 1. Unless you kill him and make him dead in law, so all of his heirs are. Well, we'll get back to it.
Bro, middle of the 1940s, they had to remove it. Coca-Cola used to use the swastika. There's a swastika city in New York. Let me help you, bro. Wow. There's a swastika city in Ontario, Canada.
So who were they at war with?
Canada. So again, he stole that, they stole that, just like they have stolen a lot of different things. And I'm not encouraging people to go put the swastika on. There's so much horrible history that they have put on it to where you have to put things in full context.
You sure do. So let me put it in context for you. Press 1. Let me put it in context for you. Press 1. Let me put it in context for you. Let me put it in context. Okay? This is the 40s, 50s, all that. The French, you see, it look like Mexican flags back there, don't you? I'm trying to tell you, family, don't let these people think that you was conquered so long ago and Hitler stole it from who and from what. Y'all joined with these people. This is all one. We have nothing to do. We are children. We are sovereigns under the king. Press 1. You see what happened? And now they don't develop what? What? You start identifying yourself with people who got messed up hairlines. Press 1. Look at this guy here in the corner. The left, the far, he's in all red. Look at the fucking hairline. Press 1. You know damn well African Americans, bro. So we finna stop the cap. We finna find out, since y'all want to lie and want our reparations and give these people a hard time, it's time to start identifying some black Germans around this motherfucker. Press 1. And y'all only French by way of the Pope, Italy, who gave y'all citizenship and stole the names. Y'all names is what that man say, Francois, France, Press 1. You ain't emancipate yourself from no nothing and form another corporation under the Pope. You living in illusions, nigga. Press 1. I reject your deposit. We shook Dre punk ass. Press 1. Now we out of the closet. Press 1. We all living in fantasies, nigga. I reject your deposit, champ. You niggas over here worshiping LGBTQ gods and Osiris by way of Serapis and going through Serapis to even worship your own deities. Y'all niggas is living backwards, and that's evil by your own rap battle definition. Press 1. Y'all niggas is recycling yourself. Press 1. What you doing? How you the oldest, but I gotta go through the young one to go learn how you were to be. How you know they not giving you old Phoenician deities and you up here talking about the ancestor? Press 1. I thought you was melanated. The information should just be coming to you genetic. You shouldn't be having no same information as the people who wrote the books in the 1940s. Press 1. Your shit supposed to be organic. We supposed to be living. I'm like a tree around here. I wake up and learn new shit. I wake up sometimes and I'm like, maybe I'm what you want to be. Man, I wake up, do you know what I know today? Press 1, bro, they got regurgitated. They don't fell into different characters. They don't inhabited different spiritual practices, and they don't lost themselves. That's why I wake up every day genetically in downloads, as they say, in your own community. I'm in the Chitlin circuit. Now, I may just be what you trying to be. What you say you was trying to be. Akhenaten. Yeah, you not going to make it, champ. You not going to make it. Hit that like button. You not going to make it. They fell off. They fell off. Fell flat on their faces. You know why? Because you know a lot more people will know who you are and who we are. We are distinct. We don't got foreheads like this one. You feel me? And now you know this is Sinette and them. Press 1. This is Sinette and them in America. Press 1. Hit the like button. Let me show you. Roll it. Put the picture up there. Press 1. You see, I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to show y'all right here through these pictographs, through these Egyptian pictographs, how this works. You see, the Brodham and Bailey show is the greatest show on earth. You feel me? Whole tribes of wild Moors. You feel me? Slaves and people who kill each other. This been going on, and they got you programmed thinking that this is you. Is why you so damn violent. These are the bankers up here, the Algerian Arabs. Look, the Swarty, they was fighting each other. Arabs, here they is dancing. Remember, we just talked about this lady up here with the Moor hat and what she represents dancing around Saudi Arabia, the old Egyptian. All of this is fairy tale. Shit is all part of the circus. Press 1. Now, their plan is to keep you entertained so they can own all of your land. We'll put bald head niggas like me. Look, that look like me, don't it? Look. Yeah, see what they did was they took all of our lands and we are in shame. That's why our heads is bald like that. That's shame in the Bible. Because we still in shame. You know that shame. We have no shame. Press 1. So I'm just trying to tell you now, these people play the Monopoly game on your bald-headed ass. Press 1. These the women too, but they got wigs and makeup, fellas. Press 1. We all out of we. So they play the game of cities and district buying and governorships, all illegal to the corporation. Press 1. And today, how does this relate from the old 1700s, what they was doing over there in Africa and stuff like that? Well, the same Moors back then are the Moors of today. You see Sinetta pledging with the Ankh to the Arab. You see that guy up there, his Moorish World TV with his bug-eyed, he's a North African, pretending to be, they love the American Serapis flag. You ever notice that? You ever know the Moors and the Africans love and love the Serapis flag? Press 1. So they ain't nothing but schemers and scammers, but you got to understand. That's what I mean by that. Take the wisdom, family. You don't get the work. Press 1. So over there, they're like this. Over here, they're like this, causing a ruckus. Press 1. The same clowns of today. Same ones. It'll never change. And they not Afro-American. Sinetta even said his daddy is white, which makes him a dark-skinned Arab white man, Caucasus, Asian believing, Greek fraternal, Osiris, semen sucking, a chakra raising. Press 1. Let's see. Once you know the fruits that they bear, you know they hold spiritual practice, you got them. You don't got to be afraid and wonder, like, what is it? Why do I challenge them on their belief? They all believe in Serapis, the Greek god who looked like Jesus. That's why they be saying, y'all sure Jesus ain't Satan? Because that's what Ptah or Peter has taught them. That's what the teachers of Ptah has taught them. That but we now know through the knowledge of Mr. Gillespie what Peter was telling you and what Jesus said when he called Peter Satan. Press 1. Wake up, black man. Wake up. You see that that hairline on Brother Polite? It's the same hairline of his forefathers back home. This my boat now. Press 1. I'm the captain of this ship. I captain. This my boat now. Press 1. Looking at it. Press 1. So you got to understand, we ain't them. We know we are not them. You are disenfranchised because you are dead in law and haven't established yourself, even as a corporation. You allow the banks to do it as a nation. Every other nation come here under sister cities hood. Press 1, and I'm going to show y'all what this is. I'm going to show y'all what this is. This is a beautiful day of knowledge and wisdom. Did I drop my phone? This a beautiful, I get it. This is a beautiful day. Now I want y'all to pay attention to the language in this video I'm finna show y'all. Press 1. I'm finna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all what's been going on, what's gonna continue to go on with these people if you don't wake up, landlords. Straight landlord. Let me see. Is the sound on? All right, look. Check this out, y'all.
All the makings of a diplomatic ceremony. Newark Mayor Ras Baraka, alongside a representative from the United States of Kailasa, signing a cultural trade agreement to become sister cities in January.
Officially sister cities.
Kailasa calling it a bilateral agreement with the United States of America. So you might be wondering, where is the United States of Kailasa? Turns out it doesn't exist. It does, however, have an extensive website.
Uh-oh. Is that the golden calf? Is that the golden calf? Press 1. Is that the golden calf? Shame. Is that the golden calf? Right here. Here we are. So what they're doing, so by way of what? Sister city. These cities ain't even real. They're not even incorporated. It's not even real. So you telling me y'all sitting around asking for reparations and they need to give us some land like we in the 1800s or something, when these people come over here and go in and have a peace treaty with the federal fucking government? Are you kidding me? And this is what got me looking into sister cities. Press 1. So this has been it's just been work, okay? And I'm gonna play this, but pay attention.
Documenting its official flag and emblem, and says it's ruled by Nithyananda Paramashivam.
I'm as old as sun, as new as sunrise.
The self-proclaimed supreme pontiff of Hinduism. But according to the United Nations, it is not a recognized country. Newark isn't the only place duped into thinking it's a real nation, though. The same woman who appeared at the Newark ceremony
Look at black people.
even testified at a UN meeting in Geneva last month.
What?
I'm here representing the United States of Kailasa. I'm the permanent ambassador.
The meeting hosted
What?
by the Committee on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights.
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa have gone through intense persecution and human rights violation.
The guru, with dozens of videos on a YouTube
This day, Jesus. They trying to overthrow America. And y'all playing around.
channel documenting his teachings claims he left India in 2019 to seek protection.
I have the immunity of non-prosecutable and immunity and protection as the head of the state.
He
Non-prosecutable. You going to jail.
was arrested there years earlier, accused of sexual assault charges by 5 women who say he abused them at a religious retreat. Local reports say he appealed the charges and eventually fled India. And ABC News reached out to the United States of Kailasa for a statement on the
He got the mark on his hand and the right hand and the forehead.
allegations against its leader and the legitimacy of its partnership, but have not heard back. Back in New Jersey, a few days after this ceremony, the city says it realized it had been deceived, calling it, quote, a regrettable incident.
So, in real life, a fake corporation can be recalled. I just want y'all to know this.
Sending an established sister cities relationship.
City council members passing a unanimous motion to dissolve the agreement, and one city council member calling for better vetting in the future. Hopefully, that includes a Google search.
Press 1. Press 1. Hopefully that's a Google search. So it had us really on sister cities and how they apply at this time in America. Press 1. You guys wanna know? This is a whole relationship here. You guys pay attention. Pay attention. This is good information. You know, because one thing always leads to another. One thing always leads to another. Who is this in my Cash App? Shout out to Butter Bag. It's all God always wins. Keep winning, champ. Shout out to Bout the Bag. My man, shout out to you for that contribution. Fletcher for telling the truth and sharing God's true word. Peace to you, Mr. Fletcher. And Mr. Brian, my friend Brian Friend, for our love history class, sir. Everybody, I often encourage everybody in the chat room to just put a buck. But if you know, most people don't. But the people who do cover for y'all, shout out to y'all, family. Shout out to y'all. You know, get your shout out. You know, check in the class. Hey, you know, it ain't hard. But the people who do support, they make up the difference for everybody else. So y'all should be thanking them in reality. Shout out to you guys who keep this channel exactly what it is. Why do you think I say that? Because they keep this channel going. I'll be stressed out. What's wrong with these people? I'm a good YouTuber. My super chat should be going bunkers. But then there's the people who do support them. Fuck that. Patreon. So this is what it is. This is why I do this show. That's why I do this, because my Patreon supports this and my Cash App supports this, you know. So shout out to you guys.
I've thought the cities of Karachi, Pakistan, and Houston, Texas have much in common.
Look.
But when Hurricane Harvey devastated parts of Houston in 2017,
Listen.
citizens and organizations in Karachi set up funds and donated hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of disaster supplies to aid in relief efforts. This unique partnership, called Sister Cities, is an example of citizen diplomacy, which gives Americans and those around the world a gateway into one another's cultures and people.
And press 1. You heard that old king of in the high castle ass language? A gateway? You know, I thought the only gateway was the black man's womb. Press 1. A gateway where? Underground Railroad? A gateway? That's why you say, children of Israel, you're supposed to have leaders at the gates, Hebrew Israelites. You're not standing out with pamphlets telling Esau about himself. You're supposed to be at the gate in law. Jeez Louise. The flood right here.
The Sister Cities concept officially began in 1956 Since then, citizen diplomacy through sister cities has led to thousands of educational exchanges, cultural events, business partnerships, and support in times of need, led entirely through private citizens and local governments. Eugene, Oregon,
Contracts.
for example, raised $30,000 in disaster relief for their sister city, Kathmandu, Nepal, after the deadly 2015 earthquake. Technical training projects between sister cities like Dayton, Ohio and Monrovia, Liberia continue to improve lives and communities. And for a bit of fun, Omaha, Nebraska hosts a cultural exchange gala each year, inviting citizens and students from their 6 sister cities, including Braunschweig, Germany, and Shizuoka, Japan. After decades of partnership, these cities' bonds have grown to friendships. Citizen diplomacy continues to foster understanding and goodwill between people across the world.
And that's how you invade a whole nation. Incorporated sister cities and flood them. Press 1 and flood them. Hit that like button and subscribe. And flood them. Something, you can't make it up. You can't make this up. You caught up in a sister city. Press 1. Oh, that ain't the only one. Press 1. Oh, that ain't the only one. Ukraine people coming over here. Press 1. What you think is going on with freedom cities with Donald Trump? Press 1. What the fuck is a freedom city? That's what I was asking. What the fuck is a freedom city? I thought we was free and all together. Press 1. What the fuck is a freedom city? Ukraine activists urge Philadelphia to end sister city relationship with Russian town. How the fuck did you just get here and urging anybody to do anything against anybody else? You should just sit down. Why are you causing ruckus with the Russians that's here? They didn't do this. Nobody want war. Why y'all, everywhere they go, they just, oh, it's too many black people here. Oh, it's this one. Oh, it's this one. You should be happy you ain't in them pebbles. Press 1. You should be happy you're not in those pebbles and that rubble. Press 1. Man, people take advantage of America. Damn it. Press 1. Ukrainian activists want Philadelphia to suspend its sister city relationship with Russian town, saying the bond lends cover and legitimacy to a murderous Moscow regime. You hear that? The bond lends cover. Ooh. The request comes as lenders of cities across the United States either end or pause their sibling connections to Russian communities. Damn. Believing it was wrong to... This is how they became American. They're all sister cities and foreigners. Press 1. Say it with me. They're all sister cities and foreigners. And you thinking everybody is the same. You asking foreigners, press 1. You asking foreigners to give you something that you legally are entitled to. Hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you very much. But y'all allow these little disasters and these little groups, these federalized groups to distract you and entertainment. So just on the graph I showed you, so you won't ever be able to see the Red Cross moving on in, but like they used to do in the early 1900s when they did this massive immigration invasion. Remember I told you they was over here scouting and giving people maps and shit. Press 1 to invade different areas, and I have the proof right here. Press 1. Shout out to Amanda for getting me this information. Everybody shout out to Amanda. Shout out to you. It's a Red Cross giving migrants maps, guides to aid in illegal border crossing. The American Red Cross has been providing maps, guides to help migrants to illegally cross the border into the United States from Mexico, according to the documents obtained by the Daily Caller. Press 1. So this is the same play. Don't get in your feelings. This is the same play from when? Okay, the first invasion when they first got over here and did this. This is the same. This is how they keep tapping into your trust. The less criminal and you become, and more lawfully inclined you come into your own law, the more they got to do that. So you never know why people are talking about freedom cities or sister cities, or define that, because we are remember the United States, unless that's not so. Unless that's not so. And then the truth appears to be about to come out that most people are Russian immigrants and only here by way of sister city partnerships and contracts by way of the government. And a lot of these blacks that's running around talking about black power are really just black German, black Swedish, people who don't have any ties to this land, yet screaming reparations. No. Hell no. You got a home. You lucky to be wearing shoes over here. Hell no. Press one. And they both try to use the black and white racism to subvert you. But how you know, they don't know the law, they don't know God. You got God embedded in your soul. That's the thing about this place. People naturally rooted here. You got God. I ain't talking about 1, 2 generations. I'm talking about real connections to the dead people of old. Real connections, real deeds that even the federal government is like, whoa, press that type of shit. A lot of these people and these religious groups, most and all of them are here by way of the federal government. That's all. A lot of y'all people are French and from across the water, and that's okay. I'm not worried about that. Just don't be trying to get me riled up for you to tap into our beneficial movements when you got your own objectives. These people have stolen the trust from the original people who built this whole nation. Donald Trump even mentioned it. He even brought up how you guys built this whole nation. That's not slavery. Oh, no. Is the Mexican slaves? You don't get your weird ass on somewhere with these little time immemorial story. We don't come. Look how good look the fuck I look like coming from a nation of slaves. You came from a nation of slaves. What the fuck you talking about? Y'all come from Slavic and all of that. Russia ain't doing nothing but taking Ukraine back, and that's theirs. So they gonna develop more sister cities to do what? Bring more foreigners here? Where's Todd? Todd, what are freedom cities, Todd? What the fuck is a freedom city? To me, that's looking more like a damn sister city where you bring foreigners in and then complain about immigration for another 4 years until another superhero person like DeSantos come out, and then this one, and then that one, and then y'all just going back and forth, back. Y'all not tired? Y'all not tired? That's why God put a king over you. That's why.
The combination giving Chicago.
That's why. So let's get to more, because I want y'all to be thinking about sister cities and stuff like that, and applying that to what we know on the subversion, on the whole changing of identity here. This fucking sister city? Come on. And if you didn't feel like World Fair-ish, motherfuckers just didn't go home. Yeah. They went and got jobs at Walmart and played video games. They ain't even go home. Press 1. So check it out. Check this video out.
Sister Cities International was founded in 1956 by President Eisenhower as a people to...
By President who? Eisenhower. By President who? Eisenhower. Okay, let's go.
People program with the idea of helping foster international understanding. The program is a way of reaching across the ocean, reaching across cultural barriers and differences to see what two nations might have in common. Today,
what two nations? What two nations? What two? The United States and their home? I mean, they're from there. They're from. What do you mean, their home? So what the fuck does that mean? In the United States, white people always acting like they're different from their people back home, and the people back home coming over here to share their cultural. Get the fuck out of here. What? Hey, Todd. What did Canelo say? Hey, get the fuck out of here, man. Hey, Chico, get the fuck out of here, man.
Over 2,100 cities in 121 countries around the world participated.
Look, this is a world. The whole America is a world's fair, bro. And the God Serapis is the God of illusion, the God of time, and all of this nonsense. It's commercial. It's all commercial.
Differences to see what two nations might have in common.
Now listen.
Today, over 2,100 cities in 121 countries.
121 countries and over how many cities? Wow.
Around the world participate in this program, reaching across time zones to share ideas, culture, and artistic expression. Currently, there are 42 U.S. cities that have relationships with communities in the Middle East.
What'd I say? And look what's on the wall. Press 1. Y'all must have missed them when the Egyptians had saxophones and guitars, electric guitars. Press 1. I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is.
Took our cameras to find out what these cities might have in common and what they might have learned from each other as a result of being in the Sister Cities program. Tonight's episode, Windy City, White City.
Oh, I'm fucking dead. Not White City. Press 1, I'm moving. Anybody coming with us? We need our own city. It need to be chartered under Gillespie. Press 1. We need to... we need our motherfucking own. What the... Huh? Press 1. White City. Sir. Press 1. White people. White Island. Ellis Island. White City. Sister cities. World fairs. Adolf Hitler. Zoom zooms and wham whams. Press 1. Now, ain't the world fairs White City? Press 1. Wasn't we already there? Come on now.
Chicago, always the most bustling of American cities.
Now, when they came here, you telling me the white people built all this? White people built all them skyscrapers and all of those things that was there when they got here. Is that what you telling me? That you was a slave? Okay? In the 1800s, you was not no damn slave in no damn 1800s. Your people had towns and states all over what you call America. You no damn slave. Don't let these black Moors trick you into thinking with the church wants you to think about yourself that you were from a slave. And don't worry, this black man will tell you all about it. Get on out there and teach them. Press 1. Not happening. They want us to believe you. The so-called white man built all of this stuff in this video. And you was just, where was you? You ain't ever asked, what was you? You know why? Because they beat slave. And you that person in your head that got beat. What's your name? Kunta. Wow. No, but it was backwards. They said, what's your name? My name Kevin Gillespie. Your name goddamn Kunta Kinte. Pow, you from Africa. No, I'm not. I'm from, press 1. I'm from Crenshaw Mafia. I'm moving you from Africa. Where I'm from Africa. Somewhere off the west coast of Africa, since you want to be funny, Tupac. Press 1. Somewhere off the west coast. The Ivory Coast. Press 1. Smack them. Press 1. You don't know nothing. Press 1. But all of my records are tied to the scriptures. Pow! The scriptures written by us. Bam. Press 1. Spit it out. Press 1. What's your name? My name Kevin. Pow! No, it ain't. It's Kunta Kinte. That's these niggas. Every day. Kunta. Press 1. Yo, I'm going to come up here tomorrow with an African garb. I'm going to order one from China off Amazon right now. Y'all want to do it? I'm going to buy me a hat too. Then I'm going to learn your spiritual practices, Jabari. Press 1. I've been about la 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 la, Elmo's world. African garment or throw over. Garment. African. Yes, I want the clothes. What is it called? What is it called? A daishiki? Press 1. Yeah, this motherfucker like Wakanda right here. Press 1. This motherfucker like Wakanda right here. Ooh, I'm gonna go sign up. For me, a city too. Hey, where you from? I'm from the great city of Wakanda. Press 1. Where is that one? It is there, and it is nowhere. Press 1. It is here, there, and it is also nowhere. Press 1. It is in here. Press 1. What is your nationality? Press 1. What the fuck? My ancestor. Press 1. My ancestor. Ooh. Y'all want to start dressing up and act stupid like the rest of the world? Hey, what's wrong with these people? We are God people. From where? From America. You have enslaved us, and now we know all about it. We pray for you. Did a Michael Jackson beat drop? Well, they're going to want to march too after that. You got to touch them with the music. Press 1. Show me who can. That'll be their national anthem forever. White people, y'all are going to learn how to love again. Press 1. Cherish me like you were my brother. Press 1. This shit don't make no damn sense. They just made everything. And your black ass looking like Charleston White to the world. Press 1. Us black men don't know nothing. Press 1. We just don't know nothing. We grown ass niggas. These niggas don't even shave. I bet you these niggas stink. Brian King. Charleston White look like he stink. Press 1. How the fuck Hassan Campbell making more sense than all y'all? It's Hassan Campbell, the only one that grew out the whole community. He mentally is getting better. Y'all niggas have regret. Doggy Diamonds is attacking Hassan Campbell. Stop. You guys stop, bro. Get a game up, bro. Nobody buys CDs and mixtapes anymore. Nobody gives a fuck about your mixtape history, Doggy Diamonds. Press 1. I used to pull up with all the mixtapes. Press 1 black. I ain't never had no disrespect because you had the tapes, nigga. That's why. Anybody on no disrespectful shit when you cool? Press 1. Y'all supposed to be learning and teaching y'all women something unless...
Leaps ahead in a frenzy of building.
The Windy City. The poet Carl Sandburg called Chicago the city of big shoulders. It's sometimes referred to as the city that works and also the second city. Actually, it's the third largest city in the United States after New York and Los Angeles. French explorers came in the 17th century and built trading posts. It became a hub for business, commerce, and famously in the 1920s for Al Capone and his gangsters during Prohibition. Chicago survived Capone as it had survived a devastating fire in the late 19th century. This water tower was the only building to survive the disaster. Chicago rose from the
water tower where all the water, everybody was trying to get. What the water tower is the only thing that survived. Yeah, it was full of water. Can you believe that? The only thing that survived was the water tower where the fireman was supposed to be. What? That's how you know they genocided your black ass. That's how you know. They just make up shit. Yeah, the whole city burned down. It was just destruction. Everybody died or got evacuated. And guess what? The only building that survived was the place that had the water in it. Could you believe that? Moving along here. Sir, wait a minute. They didn't want to get the water? Well, the captain jumped in the water. He jumped in the ocean. He was so devastated. He said, he jumped in the water. And guess what? What? A shark came in and ate him. So there goes the captain. His friends saw what happened. They all went screaming about, it was just such a mess. Could you imagine a whole city destroyed? No. Okay, so move along, press 1. Move along, Gillespie, smart guy. Press 1. And there were no black people here at the time, so don't even get...
Ashes to become an architectural wonder, featuring buildings by some of the great architects of the world.
Put up a Frenchman.
It's a city made up of immigrants from all across Europe, Ireland, Germany, Italy, Poland, Eastern Europe, and later from Central and South America.
Boom, I told you.
Africa, and now from Asia.
Africa and now from Asia. Come on.
The combination giving Chicago a truly cosmopolitan feel. Currently, there are just under 3 million people living in the Windy City. It was Mayor Daley's father who instituted the Sister Cities program in 1956. We asked Chicago's current mayor, Richard M. Daley, to tell us about the Sister Cities
Yeah, they got City Hall. They took them birth records. Press 1.
program.
Well, the Sister Cities program is all about people to people from a community such as ours. And the city of Chicago has been built by immigrants around the world in the past, present, and the future. It is people getting together to understand.
So y'all all Native Americans. Press 1. Remember? So that's what make all y'all Native American?
And from whence they come from, and have a relationship between two cities and basically their country and our country. And I really believe the exchanges that we have, they don't realize we're a melting pot. Very few countries are melting pots. Very few countries are only identified into racial, ethnic, or religious groups. And that's how, but America is really different. We have people from all persuasions,
and they are all white. The only people who are black are the people who are organically born here. Everybody else is white. That's not fair. Press 1.
Every religious persuasion, every ethnic and racial persuasion right here in this country. So it's really unique. The rest of the country, the world doesn't understand this. It's unique to them. And so it's very hard for them to see what America is. Some way they think it's completely different, but they have to see the faces.
It's a nation full of racism to take over God's kingdom with Satan. That's what it is. That's what America Corporation is. So Serapis is your God. Press 1. The teachings of Ptah or Peter is your God. That's what it is. Your flag is Serapis. Let me ask Morocco, how you signed a friendship treaty with Serapis and don't think you made friends with the devil?
They have to see their families, and if you go over the Millennium Park, you'll see portraits of Chicago's history.
Come on now.
Chicago recently revitalized its lakefront, creating a spectacular new park. Dedicated by Mayor Daley at the center of New Millennium Park is a bandshell designed by renowned architect Frank Gehry. Gehry has brought his usual blend of humor and stunning design to light up a lakefront that has completely revitalized downtown Chicago. We asked people on the street what they could tell us about their sister city, Casablanca.
I've been to lots of cities, but I haven't been to Morocco, so I'm kind of out on that comparison.
That's in Africa, right? Really, I don't too much know about it. I know it's in Africa because I heard about it in Africa.
Do I know anything?
That's all the nigga know. That's Africa, right? That's why I ain't never thought about it. That's right there. That's home. You look like you from Morocco. He may be Moroccan. I don't know nothing about it. But you ask these blacks over here, sir, where y'all from? Y'all from Morocco, which is like German. Y'all like black German. Oh shit, no, I don't know nothing about it. I was raised in Philadelphia. That's where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing out, cooling out, shooting some b-ball outside of the school. One couple of guys, they were up to no good. Kev started making, sir, that's, bro, you're not from here, are you? You're an alien, trying to blend in. Started making trouble in my neighborhood. No, bro, I saw that show before. Cuz said he got in one little fight, and his mom got scared, and guess where he went? Let me guess, you move with your uncle and uncle to America. Get the fuck out of here, bro. They get all fucking distracted there. Hey, look, fucking airplane with an American flag on it. Boy, one of my days, but Look at that truck over there. Press one. I know I asked this nigga an important question that has to do with history and time. Nigga talking about pigeons and birds. All these white folk, all of them, all these foreigners. Sir, you ever heard of Czechoslovakia? Do this as a nigga. Go with your hat backwards, too real ignorant, like with a beanie on, like all the way up. Hey, bro. Hey, is it you, your people from Czechoslovakia? And watch how he look at you. He gonna act like you said some racist shit to him. You know, people from Czechoslovakia. Pick any town from Russia, bro. Just pick something that's long and like Slovakia-ish. Press one. You know, people like around the Kurdish area. Press one. Act like you know where the shit at. Yeah, they in World War II start breaking their ass down. Next thing you know, nigga, they don't spend 30 minutes at fucking 7-Eleven getting a historical evaluation. Like, this nigga just called me a Nazi. He sure the fuck did. You fucked his whole week up. He know the fuck did. You say what? From Czechoslovakia to Italy. Yeah, because we all migrated from that. Oh, yeah, that's right. So basically, you know, Adolf Hitler and them took Italy and they became Nazis as well. Well, it depends on how you look at it. Depends on how you look at it. So that means you're a Nazi. Come on, man. We're in 2023. Gay people are civilized. It's okay. Press one. Tell him, my gay friend. Tell him. It's okay if he's a Nazi. Yeah. Press one. Yeah. Press one. All flamboyant as he walks back to his pink motherfucking Escalade.
About Casablanca. Very little. I've never been there. I did see the movie.
Casablanca's nickname is the White City. It's the largest city in Morocco. And
so they all go by way of Morocco and come over here and be a sister city. Press one. So that's how they all white people. Do you get it? So they're white by way of Morocco. Where my bays at? Where my Moroccan? Where's more Morocco? See why they keep playing this black and white game with us? Because Morris World TV, when he's white, Sanetta's white. When he said his daddy white, that means his homeland is Morocco. The white city, bro. Kev is the bro. We got these niggas in a chokehold. Press one. We got these niggas. These niggas is white. You might as well say white don't crack. Todd, your brother Sanetta. Press one. Todd more black than you. That's why we know black ain't. Being a nigga is deeper than color lines because Sanetta's white. You see? So all of these people portraying to be black in America are actually have an outside identity and is here by way of friendship treaties with Morocco or white people. Now you may be watching D.L. Hughley and don't know why he can't never grow that top of the mud. And there's always something weird about it. Something wrong. Why are their eyes wiggly? Press one. Well, if you go to black Libyans and Moroccans and the white Moroccans and Libyans, they all got these eyes that go like this one, so it don't matter. So you can just look at that one and that one. That's why they look like that one. You know, don't let these people lead you back to Serapis or ancient Hinduish, demonic, from the Christian perspective, practices that's going to leave you spiritually bound here. Facts.
Fourth largest city in Africa. Like Chicago, Casablanca is a city of immigrants, yet many came by force. It was invaded by the Phoenicians, then Romans, then the Arab tribes.
Slaves built this country. I told you, they all slaves, bro. From Morocco. They came here not as slaves, bro, to work. They wasn't getting paid. The Phoenicians. Why you think? Now let's check this out now. Did they say Phoenicians? So their teachings that they teach are not only from there, but what did I tell y'all? Their deities are ancient Phoenician, said, in which the Catholic Church as well. They worship the same thing. That old serpent. Press 1.
Later by the Portuguese, Spanish, and finally colonized by the French.
So y'all worship the same. Y'all the only ones who worship what your forefathers taught you. We don't worship Serapis, bro. We believe in the coming Messiah that's going to free us from this torment that all y'all put us in as white people. Press 1. That's what we believe. Y'all believe y'all already won. Remember?
It was granted its independence in 1956.
It was granted its
Casablanca.
independence in what? 1956. The same year they came. Yes, put it together.
It was originally known as Anfa and later as Dar el Beda, which means White House in Arabic.
It means what? White House in Arabic. Press 1. It means what? It means what? White House in what? KevRow. Breaking this shit down like never before. KevRow. It means what? The White House. So that's a representation of what? Okay then.
Currently, the population of Casablanca is about 1 million more than its sister city of Chicago, just under 4 million. What most Americans don't know is that Morocco was the first nation to recognize the new United States as a country. President George Washington sent emissaries
They was recognized.
and letters to the Sultan, and in 1787 they helped legitimize the new country by recognizing it.
These rebels. Rebels. See that? They helped overthrow your nation. They was part of the overthrow of your king. They was a part of establishing offshore bank accounts. These Moors are slave traders with those so-called bankers. Yeah. Why you think they're always getting caught up in scams and shit? In their countries back home, like India, all of this shit. Why?
The current U.S. ambassador to Morocco is from California, Thomas T. Riley. We interviewed the ambassador in the famous Villa Mirador, a site that played a key role in the World War II conference between Roosevelt and Churchill.
Morocco. Press 1. See? So you telling me, bro, they wrote themselves into history. Theodore Roosevelt. What? Told you. Y'all too caught up in the wonderland. Not saying it's bad because who could put it together like this, but we've been caught too far up in what they told us, like their story of their version of what history is. When you're able to apply what's been done to you in order in your history here, you will see that they are the Nazis. They just put an American Serapis flag on what? Y'all just was in 1956. They gave y'all. This is all corporate shit. This is all commercial talk. No such thing as no damn United States of America in real life. There's no such thing as that stuff. They're all participating in the world of debt. Death and debt by way of these people. And at the time, again, who do they give allegiance to? The same people who stole America's gold. That's the king's gold. That was your gold. That was my gold. That was for the beneficiaries of the king, the freemen. But, when they made it illegal to own gold, what you think they did? They confiscated and did what? Oh, Grover Cleveland gave it to J.P. Morgan, and then Hitler wound up with so much gold, and then he went missing, and it never was returned. That's insane.
Was the first country to recognize the United States, our early young nation, and the Sultan sent a letter.
So the Sultan, they all financially backed. This is letting you know the United States really didn't get formed until the 1900s after the takeover. This is letting you know. Now you can listen to these little weak ass time frames, but he's trying to beat around the bush with time, but you can clearly see, and feel, wait a minute, they just they established the United States Incorporated in the 50s. After the war, and they established Israel, they established Africa, they established all these sister cities and with people with sister names and start flooding this place with English names. People of different places, they don't even know what names they getting. And they was all brought here after 1933. 1933 was huge. But by way of Ellis Island and before that and right after that as well. And still to this day. And you're saying to you, how are they doing this? Well, you see now there's sister cities. There's literally, you live in a World's Fair. That's where you live. Like, you live inside of a made-up science project where people are pretending to be one race, and you, so-called black man or dead man, haven't woke up to the fact that all of these people come from back east and got their own names. And where's your name? Who are you? Or anybody upholding that you was a slave from Africa, those are liars. Those are liars who are here by way of the federal system, pretending to be, the federal government is against me, they censored me, and I'm in this one. Y'all be doing criminal shit. Y'all be doing criminal shit. That's why the federal government be on y'all. Not because you was out here telling the truth. I don't give two fucks about that. Most you niggas that's telling the truth as already signed are foreigners. So you fuck around and get deported. That be y'all problem. Y'all fuck around and you can't be no foreigner. You can't be under the federal government talking down on the federal government. That makes you a dissenter. Oh yeah, we'll shut you down. We'll send you home. You better not do it again. Press 1. Whereas a freeman, yeah, I'm birthright. That's different than you foreigners. And a foreigner ain't finna trick me that America ain't free. Press 1. Yo, you better stop saying things. Why? Because it's going to expose you and your teachings. While you sitting up here denying Christ and denying God, and the Bible was written by the white man, your whole philosophy was given to you by Adolf Hitler, the Rockefeller Foundation. And you want me to believe we from Africa. You from North Africa, white man. That's why they don't want to battle me, because they afraid of my intelligence. And it's so simple, but precise and deadly when it comes to these snakes. You see, I ain't bit you one time. I ain't poisoned you one time. No, I bit them. Press 1. All you had to do was sit right here and pay attention. That's all you had to do. But as far as those venomous, flaming, fiery snakes, yeah, they gonna get that work. That's why they afraid. Press 1, because that venom don't work over here. Press 1. We got the anti-venom over here. Look, that venom don't work over here. Those teachings have no jurisdiction. It's all fake, and they can't even defend their position. See, when Kev want to be a clown and do rap shit and zoom, and they want to test your temperament. See, but when you in full go mode, where they at? So I never had to come, Kev, we want to interview you. You can't interview me. I'm so spontaneous. I'm destroying shit. Can't interview this. You just sit back and watch. I got all y'all little gods up there. Y'all talking about the God of the Bible and the white man and then this one and that one. Now I'm talking about all y'all little Arabic gods out there. Come on, defend a man who can't defend his position and can't defend his God is worthless to his God and mine. You know what I'm saying? All niggas got is other niggas around them that's just as much coward as they are. That's all they got. I got all this intellect to defend my position. Only thing they got is another pussy ass nigga. Press 1, validating two dumb niggas validating each other walking to get beers. Press 1. That's why I love this channel. Because now you know, sister, they don't even bring up sister cities. Why? Because they are part of sister city.
To George Washington and welcomed this new independent nation and offered his assistance.
So So y'all whole flag, press one with this fake ass George Washington corporate story. The whole flag is given to y'all by Muslims. Press one. Serapis. So y'all worshiping Serapis. That's what y'all doing. That's why I don't have a problem with telling my truth. They bash God so much in the revelation of all it is. When they say the end of the world, yeah, that's just telling the truth about all of it, and none of them can do nothing about it. God said He gonna shut their mouth up. I don't even know where that's at in the scripture, but it's there. He gonna shut their mouth. They ain't gonna be doing nothing but sitting back and watching too what they looking at. Press one. They said they embarrassed and they stand convicted. They got all you beautiful people denying God, denying the prophecies in scripture, denying your own law, denying your sovereignty, only to sell your soul to the five-pointed pentagram, the Satan's soulless sultans or the wild Moors over there in the bankers of foreign nations, which the original George Washington Gillespie was was trying to save you from. There's no such thing as no George Washington. That's a character. That's a character. That's a Frenchman that you see on your own quarter. That's not even made of no minerals. That's just steel. Press one. Ain't even no real. Press one. They ain't even, because they took it. They got all this going, so you don't wake up to the fact that you went into slavery. You didn't leave out. You were already free. You went into bondage. This government, this federal system, along with the Pope and all of them, put you into bondage. Now you got to wake up. 400 years. They've been selling y'all dreams. Frenchmen and French artists been selling y'all dreams this whole time. That's what make people not believe. They figure, because Satan, that's how this system is. Forget Satan. That's how the system is. It wants you to not remember who you are. That's why Mike would say, remember the time. You got to remember the 1900s. Remember, you are the only people legally tied to this land. Legally. You are the only one. You got to know that and stand on that position and fight from that position. Legally. Legally. Not like this and not hanging out with this nigga or nothing like that. I can be fresh by myself. Press one. I don't need you to be fresh. I don't need you to get no girls or none of that shit, bro. Just to be around, You got to know this. Because it's a lot of these individuals in these communities, they going to come for you. They going to, yeah, and then, the Egyptian god, this one, and then you, well, you got to say it. Never mind. You ain't got to say nothing. Just research. You're strong with knowledge and wisdom. Know your real history, no biblical history. Know that it's all coincides with one another. And they
do seem to get along together very well culturally. I think there's a real acceptance in Morocco. I think that Moroccans pride themselves in being very open to new ideas, very open to different cultures, very open to different religions, and
told you, there
and they
it is.
really
there it is.
Are very proud of this.
Like Chicago, Casablanca also has a mayor. Recently elected, the mayor of Casablanca, Mohammed Sajid, is from a small town in southern Morocco, where he went from governing a town of 4,000 to a town of over 4 million.
Quand on compare la distance qu'il y a aujourd'hui entre Chicago et Casablanca, et quand on constate aujourd'hui l'implication de toutes ces associations, de toute cette société civile aujourd'hui dans les actions concrètes, on ramène les relations à autre chose que ce que nous avons d'habitude d'entendre dans les médias. Aujourd'hui, quand on nous parle de l'Amérique, quand on nous parle de... C'est avec d'autres yeux que nous découvrons aujourd'hui ces villes avec lesquelles nous avons un jumelage aussi intense que Chicago. Et c'est un rapprochement magnifique entre...
Is he speaking French? Probably.
Entre les populations.
We asked people on the street what they could tell us about their sister city of Chicago.
Yes, we know. We know. بلاصة بنادم كيمشي لاحق لا.
That's why they got those cities over there like ours. That's why when they were probably hitting Germantown and Germany and Rome, that was over here. Those are sister cities. Fucking sister cities.
مدينة راقية.
I have no idea about Chicago. I know that it is a part of America, a great part of America, but I have never been there.
شيكاغو يعني مدينة نسمع لها مدينة جميلة أمريكا، ضرب مدينة جميلة، المغرب كله جميل، المغرب كله سياحي، وكنا نحبوا الضيف وكنا نرحبوا به.
ما في فكرة ولكن نحن في حاجة إلى التعرف على هذا.
And then the Moors over here to say, the Moors is already here, like in Chicago. That's why this is named after over there. And no, nigga, that's a sister city, bro. What?
فيكم في الدار البيضاء ديالنا وهذه بلاد تاع المغاربة اللي كيحبوا الأجانب ومرحبا بكم.
We stopped in to see the editor of the Arabic language newspaper that is part of the largest newspaper in Morocco, newsman Mr. Driss Issawi.
I am the editor-in-chief of a Sahara newspaper, Arabic newspaper, here in Casablanca. I think Casablanca is one of the famous cities in the Mediterranean area, having very rich history, especially in the architecture. If you go through the streets on Casablanca, you can notice you have a mixture in architecture between the Islamic style and European style, and especially the colonial style.
I think there are a lot of misconceptions.
The colonial style? Okay.
And this is due to the lack of communication. It's a melting pot. It's a very common word in America, but it's Casablanca in comparison with the other cities in the country. It's really a melting pot because people came from different cities, different areas of Morocco and have settled here, and they have tried to get rid of all the peculiarities of their regions. One area of Casablanca that I'm very proud of is Habous, very traditional neighborhood. You have different smells. You have smells of food, of cookies, of carpets, of wood, etc. You have a lot of images and a lot of colors also. You have different types of people, different types of behavior.
Yes, sir. And what game is that they're playing? Chess. Press 1. What game is that they playing? Now, I told y'all I don't play chess. I play Madden. Come get your ass whooped. Press 1. I don't play chess. Nigga, defense win games. Press 1. But no, they want to bring their silly traditions. Press 1. Nigga, Milton Bradley makes board games. Nigga, it's America, bro. Get on them sticks so I can whoop your ass on Madden. Press 1. Quit playing big forehead ass. So, but they playing what? Chess. Is chess, not checker. Press 1.
Here, that's Habous. It's a very typical and authentic area of Casablanca.
The Habous is a traditional market that features booksellers, rug dealers, and bakeries. It's a major destination for tourists. And
why y'all don't just go home?
It's amidst a number of historical buildings.
Y'all don't know nothing about African American soul food. Y'all eat this stuff. Press 1. That's why y'all always fucked up. That's really what y'all mad over. Press 1. All y'all do is tell stories about the South and all these little made up little stories you probably heard, but y'all niggas really didn't eat motherfucking Captain Crunch and fucking Honey Smacks and play Double Dutch and Atari. Y'all niggas really just got here. Press 1 as I order my food from Uber Eats. You really niggas, you little African dudes, y'all really just got here, bro. Press 1, folks, now. Y'all are from sister cities and from Zimbabwe. Press 1. You need to take your little weak ass home. You need to talk to your Zimbabwe government about reparations. You wasn't here. You didn't have land taken from you. Stop trying to make it look like we were slaves so you can blend Puff Daddy shimmy your way into some reparations. So weak ass home. Ain't no such thing as no foundational black American. That don't even make sense. Press 1. Morocco. I thought y'all was Moors. The Moors did this, the foundation on this one, and this one, and that one, and this, and then y'all got buck broke and forgot what happened. Press one. Get on. Say something. KevRow Enterprises. Say something. It'll never stop. So I don't even know why y'all be trying to ignore me. Hit the like button and subscribe. This will my knowledge never stops. And since this is a university, there are always new students, and we just reset and do better than we did the last time, because the knowledge never stops. That's why. So the more we know about how the Moors took part, the Moors are pirates. They was going against British ships. Press one. These are all pirates. This goes back to the pirates. Press one. Y'all pirates. Y'all just trying to hijack our names. Tyreek, Nasheed, Incorporated. My name Kevin Gillespie. Press one. My name go all the way back pre-fucking agreement with whatever nation of sultan, of Muslim, whatever. Press one. We believe in God's word is law. Press one. We believe in common law. Man, you and the federal government might be believing in whatever y'all want to believe, and y'all the ones God written about, and that the Bible talks about in the final days. Press one. In the final day, I just thought of something. Y'all, don't be trying to get a pass because y'all be calling yourself black. I know you black. I know y'all wanderers and travelers. I know you really don't got no homeland. I know y'all want to stay up in homes for free and not pay the king. And press one. I know y'all want to slouch around. Press one and plug your little phone up to a wall and tell the people, well, you there now, so you ain't got to get out. I know how that happens. Then nigga Morris World TV say, I'm from wherever I lay my hat. Press one, he say he from wherever he lay his hat. No, what's your nationality? Wherever my hat lies. Ain't that some gypsy shit? That's some old, low down shit right there. We ain't never said, black people in America ain't we from. We be like, we American, African American. Press one. Yeah, African American, baby. Press, what country is this? Yeah, America. Press one. You know, you saw music videos? Press one. What the fuck is this? That ain't no cornbread. We don't make this.
It's also the site.
We don't eat with our hands or nothing. The outside world is so uncivilized. We use forks and spoon. Press one. These people grab a whole thing with their hand, mashed potatoes, and put it in a bag, wrap it, and give it to you for a small dinero. Cuz just changed the transmission and just came in. That's how y'all serve food in this country? Press one.
The olive market.
I'm bringing nothing but Lunchables on my trip out of the United States.
Casablanca features a deep water port and is one of the largest in Africa. Products from rugs to spices go through their docks with destinations around the world. Chicago's docks used to transport food and commodities around the world. In recent years, that's dropped off to mostly steel and coal barges. But those items leave the lakefront and head across the St. Lawrence Seaway out into the Atlantic and around the world.
Well, nowadays, I believe most of our commodities are...
Y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of Libyans. I don't found you. Y'all from Liberia. Liberian girl. Press one. Let me go to this Bible verse right here. Let me go to this Bible verse because it's gonna name y'all. Press one. It's gonna name y'all, bro. I don't even know, because y'all don't believe in the word of God. Y'all believe in the blessings because that's what y'all want. Y'all got y'all mind and eyes set on the blessings of God, but you don't really believe. Press one. Right here this is Ezekiel 34. Straighten up in your chair in the back, little Moor. Hey, you in the back, little Persian. Stand up. All you foreigners, stand up straight. Press one, I got something for. I love y'all, but you gonna get this work. You been turning your head from God, trying to join other organization. Press one, no, and now look at you back right here. Look at you. So you know you're not coming up in here pressing one, trying to be my friend. You gonna get this work. This is Ezekiel 34. It say the word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. That's Tariq Nasheed and them. Prophesied and saying to them, this is what the sovereign Lord said. Woe to you shepherds of Israel who only take care of yourself. Should not shepherds take care of the flock? You eat the curds, clothe yourself with the wool, and slaughter the choice animals, but you do not take care of the flock. You have not strengthened, you have not strengthened the weak, or healed the sick, or bound up the injured. You have not brought back the strays, or searched for the lost. You have ruled them harshly and brutally, press one, so that they were scattered because there was no shepherd. And when they were scattered, they became food for all the wild animals. Press one. My shepherd wandered over all the mountains, on every hill, every high hill. They were scattered all over the whole earth, and no one searched or looked for them. Press one. Therefore, you shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. As surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, because my flock lacks a shepherd, and so has been plundered, has become food for all the wild animals, and because my shepherds did not search for my flock and cared for themselves rather than for my flock, therefore you shepherds hear the word of the Lord. And this is what the sovereign Lord said, I am against the shepherds. Press one, and will hold them accountable for the flock. Press one, I will remove them from tending the flock so that the shepherds can no longer feed themselves. Press one, I will rescue my flock from their mouths, and it will be no longer food for them. Press one, because you supply their food. You know that, right? Okay. I just want you to know how this works. And the fight is for you. Not them. They're like Pharisees. Puh, spit on them. Press one unto spittle. Press one. This is what it's about. Ain't nothing. You can literally see that in what we talking about here. All this little year or two, these people been out here for 30 years. From pimping to macking to Hebrew Israelite to trying to be Egyptian Pharaoh to this one and that one, just changing character, because that's what Satan do. He don't grow. He try to be a character to fit your likability. Press one. He tried to get you to like him so you support more. No. I come in mad. Press one. No, one for one. Only true people who really know tough love is needed for our people. And again, you are sheep, and it's not your fault by reason of insanity. Look at that advocate there. It's not your fault. Press one. I'm pleading to people. No, I'm pleading for you on behalf of. It's not their fault. The reason of insanity, Lord. Press one. They got compost Mentos. Press one. They don't even know it. They don't even know it. And that's what Moses was doing, speaking on your behalf before you got stepped on. Press one. But this is all ordained. In the end, they all get laughed at. Not you. You just got to come from up under false teachings of all, like I say, all they teachings come from the tree of good and evil, life and death. Press one. That's where their knowledge come from. They bitten off and they've gotten all that they could chew. They all believe in Serapis. This is the first flag Morocco ever made a treaty with. Press one, and they made it with sultans of foreign nations. Recognized. Press one, they told you that to get to legitimize and get you to believe their story that the king was slave trading. The king was not slave trading. Serapis believers was. And so the sultan who enslaved people, you know who in Dubai? Sultans. Press 1, they enslaved people. The king freed you. He gave you royal status. Press 1, and you couldn't keep it because you was thinking materialistic and you wanted to shine bright like a diamond, and then you got robbed. Press 1. Then you got robbed by the church, and they wanted your land. They wanted the oil and the minerals, like Jay-Z said, up under your feet. And they wanted to bond you and use your name to bond themselves and take out insurance on everybody. Press 1. And then give you a birth certificate where you're presumed dead after 7 days. On the 8th day, here they go. They take it in. There it is. And your trust, they become trustees over your trust. You don't even know. Your mama was a crackhead. She ain't know. Your daddy was doing this. He ain't know nothing about no damn trust. They not thinking. They are products of the criminal act. You, as far as being in the future, have to be able, the Bible says the teacher, the young ones will teach the elder. Press 1. You got to show them so they can remember what happened. Press 1. You ever seen them Spanish people? Them old Mexican ladies in these movies have dyslexia or something. They can't remember the beauty in their daughters no more. They on their way out. Then that one spark hit them. That got to be your moment. You got to be able to say, Mama, Dad, I know why Grandma didn't ever tell us where we was from. I knew we weren't from. And what about our what about a will? Was there any wills left? You got to have these conversations and not be afraid to get the answers. And let it be known that it's okay, whatever the answer is. Because in the end, it all works out for your benefit. Don't stress yourself out over this information. Don't be like, oh, I'm going to take this information and try to get out of court. You're not free like that. And you might be trying to get yourself free and get your ass deported. Sometimes it's better just to sit down and listen. Now, don't move, don't do nothing. Just continue to live. This is a broadcast and it's continuous. This forever. As long as we get the support that we need to keep this broadcast going, and we do. Press 1, I look good, don't it? Press 1, that's my support team. That's my support team. They don't brought Kev back to life. What you talking about? That's my support team. So as long as we support it here, then Kev feel good about coming on and talking about democratic shit on Coffee and Kush TV. Next, press 1. I don't have no problem being a threat to these other guys on the internet. Press 1, I have no problem. Long as my team know this come first. I wake up like this, and then we can get to the Kevin Samuels. You feel me, Taj? Which coming up right very soon. They stole Kevin Samuels' laptop and trying to rape his... They stole Kevin Samuels' laptop and then they went live from his laptop. Press 1. Remember we broke the story and said, wait a minute, they stole Kevin Samuels' laptop and they gonna go live. Well, they waited a year. and let me tell you something. Where's that fucking lawyer? Where's that piece of shit? Press 1. God got his eyes on you. Press 1. Them niggas be... How y'all gonna take a nigga laptop, bro? That's how you know niggas be up to no good, bro. I didn't fuck with Kevin Samuels. I did like his content and used to find little things to fuck with him about. But, bro, he's a YouTuber, bro. And that's what we were saying. All of that shit that was surrounding Kevin Samuels with them people and Melanie King and all of these YouTubers being around him like that, it got me thinking different about these people on YouTube. Like, nah, these people are up to no good. No good. Press 1, they gonna go live. That's like Kev passing away, and then next year, press 1, y'all wait, man, we sure miss Kev. Press 1, man, Kev used to be on it, and then one day, old Kev videos just start playing live, and then y'all start donating. Like, no, don't do that. Don't donate. Press 1, somebody stole my shit and got me up out of here. Press 1. They editing his videos. Boy, if that ain't no dirt ball, sleaze ball, that is the lowest form of oh my goodness. This is why God is good. This is why I believe in God. All of the friendship, All of this shit that people that come with this YouTube shit that Kevin learned the hard way. They wanted that to be this Kevin. Press 1. They thought they had this Kevin, but they was judged. Press 1. They wanted this Kevin. Press 1. Why you think that happened after this Kevin 1? Press 1. Why? Because I'm the man. That's why. And you do unto others. Press 1. Do unto others. They wanted this Kevin up. They wanted me to go down that path. But nigga don't gotta be none of that what they was doing over there. Press 1. No. Nigga, no. Wrong one. No, they thought they had Kev locked up. Oh, we got him finally. Told y'all the man on the grind is the prize. Look who all over it now. Press 1. They was, nigga. This is bigger than YouTube. It's bigger than YouTube. So that's why I don't like niggas just pressing 1 in my chat. Because there's really war out here. And I'm out here battling big giants for niggas to be sitting around, not contributing to my page and think they're going to just, 1 me to death. You don't get on somewhere, press 1. If you don't get on somewhere, you got to tell them, ladies. Kev being through it on YouTube. They don't put charges on you. Sinetta and them put charges on me. Press 1 time. Nigga. These people play dirty. I'm not just here. That's why I said most of y'all come over here. I'm going to make sure that my knowledge is on Patreon. So the people who support my broadcast and don't want me to fucking clown on the internet, I can gauge the people. Press 1. I can gauge my audience. I ain't finna be your little personal troll and your own personal. Nah, bro. I'm not finna be here and be pumped up. And you gonna watch a nigga die and then disappear on the nigga. If you don't get your weak ass out of here, I'll slap the fuck out of you, press 1. Then come back trying to be, get up out of here, bro. Bro, I better be lucky. I'll be laughing. And I find life amusing, press 1. I find this to be a very good attribute. I mean, a good broadcast to have for the people, a good platform. And the people support it, and that's what it is. I ain't finna be played with, though. You ain't finna play with me. You ain't finna ha and he and think I ain't finna line you up perfectly to be embarrassed right the fuck up over here. And another thing, don't think I don't know when you niggas go silent and quiet. Press 1. Don't think. And we ain't in the back laughing at this shit. Don't think for 1 minute. I don't know who calling my phone trying to ask me and trying to mislead me and trying to get me to go against God and try to see if I slip up here. Trust me, I don't be tripping about. That's why I don't lose.
See, that's what we've been doing this whole time. Raising the bar and uncovering the past mistakes, which is, I mean, you got to go to the root of the problem, and that's the Red Cross. So since they're number 1 on the list, and we've been studying the Red Cross, ideological subversion, the theater of war, propaganda, disguises, and all this other good shit that us grown folk like to, you know what I'm saying, research. And so that's what we on. How you doing, Miss Sarah? Good to see you. So I want to take y'all to my favorite, which is the Red Cross, because it's fresh. We've been dealing with it, and it's fresh on y'all minds. So it's number 1. Number 1. So I'm gonna go all the way down because these are the things they have in place that came under. You hear me? Under the Red Cross. Okay. Under the Red Cross, every one of these. Look, y'all don't let Kev just do it by himself. Too late. Too late. Hey, listen, y'all done bucked up. Let Kev do it by himself, G. Too late. Kev will do it. Fuck it, Mike. Fuck it. You my dog, but fuck it. I'll do it. So. Oh, what a time it is to be alive. So, check this out. Okay, we going to chapter 1, American Red Cross Chapter 1, corporation created, continuation of corporation, right name and powers of corporation. You got to go through all this shit. Repealed membership status, chapters, rules, regulations, governor, chapters, elections, officers, board of governors. This is all under the American National Red Cross. I mean, all you see is a Red Cross. You don't really see what it takes to be so-called the Red Cross. But here, permanent building at headquarters in where? Washington, D.C. Press 1. In where? Washington, D.C. Look at your neighbor and say,
Not like this. Not like this.
So do you know what that's hinting at? What did I say? The Red Cross is your government. Final answer. They've been in power and keeping you in a state of emergency and peril this whole time. And that's what they're doing at this current moment with their media propaganda. But let's go to cross references, okay? So, for you guys helping me out on my squad, operation of American Red Cross vessels under Neutrality Act of 1939. Press 1. Does anybody know what the Neutrality Act is of 1939? Can somebody call that in? I got faith. We gonna all do it together. Guess what? Kev love I know you couldn't do it. I was just fucking with y'all on this. I know you can't do it. I know. Hey, Tosh, the shit get crazy. Y'all look at all of them. You see, look. Neutrality Act of 1939. Do you know what that is? Boy, it'd be great to have participation in this classroom once and for all. So let's go to Neutrality Act. Okay. After fierce debate in Congress, the final Neutrality Act passed. This act lifted the arms embargo and put all trade with belligerent nations under the terms of cash and carry. The ban on loans remained in effect, and American ships were barred from transferring goods to belligerent ports. Oh my goodness, that sounds a little racist, but there you have it. That cross-reference operation of the American Red Cross vessels under this act here. Okay? See section 444, like Jay-Z say. Press 1. Title 22, Foreign Relations and Intercourse. See? Oh man, Title 444 is numerology, man. God, all right, bro. And all this is dealing in title deeds. And look at this stuff, y'all. Corporation created. Clara Barton, Hillary A. Herbert, okay? Thomas F. Walsh, Charles Glover, Charles Bell, Maribel Boardman, George Dewey, such and such, James R. Garfield. So he's a creator of this. He's a corporation created. Look, S.W. Woodward, Mary Logan, William Howard Taft. That's a president. See? What would that have to do with breaking down the government, and what is trust busting? But we'll get to that in a bit. Illinois Kaufman of Carolina. That's cool. I'm going down here. It just names all of the people. Cool. You can do your research. So many different people, right? Now you go down here to the preamble, which is very important because you can actually read it. You can actually read it here. Oh my goodness. Let me I'm sorry about that. Let me scoot this over. There it goes. Okay. Act January 5th, 1905, as amended by Act May F, 1947. That's a huge jump of amends, but Chapter 50, SS 1261 Start 80 provided, whereas on the 22nd of August, 1884 at Geneva, Switzerland, parliamentary something, whatever that is, respectively, representation Italy, Baden, Belgium, Denmark, Spain, Portugal, France, Prussia, Saxony, Württemberg, and the Federal Council of Switzerland agreed upon 10 articles of the treaty are, oh my goodness, of a treaty or convention for the purpose of mitigating the evils and is inseparable from war. Oh my goodness. From ameliorating the condition of soldiers wounded on the field of battle, and particularly providing, among other things, in effect, the persons employed in hospitals and according relief to the sick and wounded, and supplies for the purpose shall be deemed neutral and entitled to protection. I told you there was like a neutral peacekeeping type of health, only to take care of people, but never mind that. And that a distinctive and uniform flag shall be adopted for hospitals and ambulance and convoys of sick and wounded, and the arm badge for individuals neutralized. And a distinctive flag. And whereas the said treaty had been revised and extended by a treaty or convention on the amelioration of the condition of the wounded and sick of armies in the field, signed at Geneva, July 27, 1929. Is this before the crash? And adhered to by the United States of America, effective August 8th, 1932, and whereas the International Conference of Geneva in 1863, remember that date, recommended that there exists in every country a committee whose mission consists of cooperating in times. That's going back to the kings and queens, King George and them. It's just an overthrow of that. And cooperating in times of war with hospital service of the army by all means in its power, and whereas a permanent organization and the agency needed in every nation to carry out the purpose of said treaties, and especially to secure supplies and to execute the humane objects contemplated said by said treaties, with the power to adopt and use the distinctive flag and arm badge specific. This shit sound like Nazism, and it's fine. I think that is the shit. Like I told you, that is it. It's like incorporating a whole fucking world army. That's what this sounds like to me. This sounds like honestly, this sounds like what they say, you about to go into the New World Order. No, this sounds like the plans of the individuals who put you in some form of the New World Order by way of humanitarian assistance, armed badges, big, and this is a whole invading force. This is a whole, the United Nations, the Red Cross were changing the identities of Nazi German folk over to Americans. That's what they were doing. Why? Because they were wiping and genociding you out of fucking existence. That's why. Hit the like button. I've been proving this whole year. Here it is here that these people are over in Switzerland at this time doing this. When you're supposed to be a colonial America, founding fathers against great. This is the whole banking system robbing America right here. This is them coming together by way of humanitarian effort. Did no war. This is when they came here and began a war. Usurped the government by way of corporate, federal, fucking hostile coup. Well, they just shoot all the black people and run them out of office and take over the banking systems, right? Make all of your gold practices and silver illegal, right? This shit's wild, to tell you the truth, that people can actually think this was so long ago. And I think that's why this history is covered up, is because, I mean, why they want you to focus on so long ago, because in reality, if you was to know, this stuff just happened. And who did it? It's the who, what, where, when, and why, and how for me. You know, how did America's gold end up? How did you become on the stock market to Switzerland and all of these Italy and French banking systems and Swiss banking accounts? And if you can't ask, there's no reason why you would want to be free. There's no reason to even, honestly, y'all, a lot of people just might as well stay asleep. This is not for a lot of people, G. This is not for a lot of people. A lot of men in the world, y'all so low in faith and weak, just go back to bed. Just going back to you don't want to learn and lead the household. You don't want to do that. I can see now. You like being in a submissive state and subservient to somebody else. I get it now. I understand this. I can retire right now. I just get up here and do an hour now. I'm up here thinking, oh my goodness, all I gotta do is wake these brothers up. And these brothers are, that's not how it works. These brothers right here, what happened is people are playing and then some people are not. You see? That's the difference. And everything that I've said from this whole damn time is right here in paperwork. And I'll just start reading it right now. So I get it. Black brothers, men, they don't want freedom. I know what you want. You want to cry so you can get $1 from the same people who robbed you to make it appear like you want something. I get it totally now. I get it. Niggas is real comfortable. I get it. You niggas couldn't speak the truth. If they wanted to, they might get put out the house. Niggas probably can't speak the truth because they get fired from their job. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that got the average male afraid of knowledge, wisdom, and God. I keep telling y'all, this is a battle for the mind of humanity. This is spiritual, mental, yeah. And if you allow yourself, if your body is complacent, when history like this and information like this, and it doesn't cause you to go into a whirlwind of what the fuck and want to know more, this ain't for you. And it's okay, because I'm not dependent on you. It doesn't mean anything that way or that way. If you are natural, if you can't see that this is in black and white, okay, I don't have to hold your hand. I don't have to hold your hand and you say, Kev, what about me? The interest of this alone, which you've been sitting right here this whole time, is right here. 1929. Okay? Now watch this. And whereas the International Conference of Geneva 1880 recommend that there in every country and committee whose commission consists in cooperating in the times of war with the hospital service of the armies by all means in its power, and it's like a world army. And it's a piece of the emergency army unit in every country, whereas a permanent organization is agency needed in every nation to carry out the purpose of said treaties, and especially to secure supplies and execute the humane objects contemplated by said treaties. Adopt a distinctive flag and arm badge. What that sound like? Anyway, specified by said treaties, on which said be the sign of the Red Cross, for the purpose of cooperating with the Comite AE1 International Des Secures Aux Militaries Bless AE1's International Committee of Relief for the Wounded in War. Sounds French. Sound like a French way to invade by way of Nazis to invade the Americas. And whereas in accordance with the requirements and customs of the said international body, such as an association adopting and using said insignia, was formed in the city of Washington, District of Columbia in July 1881, known as the American National Association of the Red Cross, reincorporated April 17, 1893, under the laws of the District of Columbia, and reincorporated by the Act of Congress in June 1900, whereas it is believed that the importance of the work demands a repeal of the present charter and reincorporation of the society under government supervision. Now, therefore, change of name. These are different name changes. Department of War Design. This is the Red Cross here. Okay, Department of War, designated Department of the Army, and title of the Secretary of War changed to Secretary of the Army by Section 205A, Act July 26, 1947. Change 343, Title 2, 61 Stat 501, Section 205A of the Act July 26, 1947 was repealed by Section 53 of Act August 10, 1956. Lord have mercy. Enacted Title 10 Armed Forces, which in sections such as such 3010 continued Department of the Army under the administrative supervision of the Secretary of the Army. So they became the whole American Army. I think the Red Cross just became the American Army. I think they just became the American German Civilian Guard. That's what was here after the Great War. The German American Civilian Guard. Continuation of corporation. The corporation now existing as the National Red Cross under Section 1, 2 to 6, 8, and 9 of this title shall continue as a body corporate and politic in the District of Columbia. The first national convention after May 8, 1947 shall be convened and held under rules and regulations prescribed by the government body of the corporation and presently constituted. After such first national convention, the Board of Governors of the corporation from time to time shall constitute the associates and successors of the incorporators and named in the sections, and neither the incorporators nor the associates of successors therefore designated by them or by their successors have any powers or duties. Name of powers of corporation. Name and powers of the corporation. So without any need for relief are keeping you in a state of war, there's really no need for the Red Cross. I don't even understand how this has never been even like, wait, the Red Cross is looking more like the federal government, the corporate structure of your military industrial complex, which could probably be just a bunch of German and Russian foreign invaders, if you really want to get historical about it. You just like walking around like a corporate structure. They got erections here, licenses for erections and use of buildings on military installations. See 26 and blah blah blah. Look, the purpose of the corporation and shall be first to furnish volunteer aid to the sick and wounded of armed forces in time of war, in accordance with the spirit and conditions of the Conference of the Geneva of October 1863. And now they go all the way back, bro. I don't know why they say time don't matter. And also of the treaties of the Red Cross are the treaties of Geneva of August 22nd, 1864, and July 27, 1999, to which the United States of America has given adhesion. Find out what that is, and also of any other treaty or convention similar with purchase to which the United States of America may hereafter give its adhesion. Again, under the Neutrality Act, Board of Governors, number of elections, governors, number, elections, tenure, filling vaccines, annual meetings, voting by proxy. The President of the United States shall fill as soon as may be any vacancy that may occur by death, resignation, or otherwise. Okay, so the president appoint. Okay, wow, all of them are intertwined. Okay, so it's starting to look like the main corporation is that in which this comes from, just as it states, number one. Reimbursement of defense, Department of Defense for auditing expenses. Annual report. Cool. All this is by Congress, so that's starting to look like the whole federal system built off of probably pensions of the old dead people, in which we still practicing military time and life-saving measurements. See, Unique said they learned that Clara Barton started in the Army. So that's pretty much, she started right here in the Red Cross, and it became the Army. Ain't that crazy, Unique? Yeah, ain't they claiming by here they help us? That's what I'm getting at. There's no one like me. That's what I'm getting at right there with your comment. I think they're needing a reason. I mean, we played all of the videos from. They need a reason to be here. And remember, with the floods, with that, and then you had something big going on and on the Eastern Front in the world, to where a lot of those children were being sent over here by way of the church under the federal government as well, which is humanitarianism, Red Cross type of analogies. All of it. That's why I'm like, whoa, then the black people were under the control of the Red Cross. And that would make sense that they went into those internment camps. This is making more and more sense. And look, the endowment fund is in the National Red Cross should be kept and invested under the management and control of the board of 9 trustees.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Who shall be elected from time to time by the Board of Governors under such regulations regarding terms and tenure of office, accountability, and expense as the Board of Governors shall prescribe. Changed amendments, 1947 Act. May 8 change election of and trustees by incorporators and their successors to election by Board of Governors. Permanent building, Washington, D.C., District of Columbia. Everything is coming out of Washington. Chapter 1A, Daughters of the American Revolution. Press 1. Remember I told y'all about the Daughters of the Confederacy? I'm gonna let that sit. I'm gonna let your brain sit on that for a sec. Remember I told you about the Daughters of the Confederacy? Press 1. Who do they blame? Who do Washington blame all of the Confederate statues on? The Daughters of the Confederacy. But they are one, and all are one, and one is all. So one blaming the other one is really just a sleight of a hand. Or you know how you use dishwashing detergent and you start oiling them hands up like Birdman? That's called one hand washing the other, just by throwing it like tennis, or basketball. Just throw it back over here. No, you don't get it, nigga. Throw it back over here. Shut the fuck up so I can slam dunk it and you can alley-oop. Nigga, what? Press 1, you gotta know this. So, that's what they do it. Throwing the ball around the game. I'm as a spectator, you got to know the rules of the game, right? So we got to know a little bit of it. We've been watching this game for too long. Look, corporations created purposes. All of this right here. What the hell is this? Be careful. These names can be dead people names. Press 1. They could have stole all these names off the Titanic. Who knows? J.P. Morgan wasn't shit. Hit the like button and subscribe. J.P. Morgan wasn't shit. Don't act like you knew him because you go to his bank. Press 1. Don't act like you know J.P. Morgan. Okay? So all of these women... Okay, let's see. Corporation created purposes, right to acquire, hold, and dispose of property, constitution, bylaw. Okay, these are all the people. And their associates are created a body corporate of politic in the District of Columbia by the name of National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution for patriotic, historical, and educational purposes to perpetrate the memory and spirit of the men and women who achieve American independence by the acquisition and protection of historical spots and erection of monuments. Here they go. I told you, by the encouragement of historical research in relation to the American Revolution and the publication of its results, by the preservation of the documents and relics and of the records of the individual service and revolutionary soldiers and patriots, and by these are all gatekeeping society corporations. These are all gatekeeping ass corporations with little fucking history, fucking storylines that they all gonna swear to uphold to by corporate fucking law. Fucking time immemorial, the fucking corporate fucking. That's why I be having a long time to come online. I don't know. I'll be like, damn, bro. What does this mean, bro? It's all corporate malarkey, man. Oh my goodness. So, right to acquire, hold, and dispose property. Oh my goodness. Annual report, historical material. So they setting the stage on. If you go down there to the Smithsonian, it say the society shall report annually to the Society of the Smithsonian Institution concerning its proceedings. So they're just creating history, in my opinion, as they go, and both of them making sure that they, stick to the same script. So it's a ever revolving cycle of infinity bullshit. Press, when you ever see number 8, this is a ever ending cycle of rotation bullshit. Let me see. Let's see. Charter 1B, American Historical Association. You see that? Same thing. Another corporation created to right to hold property and all of this stuff, right? Let's keep going. All of these things are a part of your federal government. Let's go to chapter 2, Boy Scouts of America. Remember I was telling y'all about Hitler's Youth? But remember I told y'all, them and the little boys from back in the day, all of this comes from the same aspect of children that was children soldiers, like Adolf Hitler had them, Stalin had them, and they came over here too. Don't get this shit twisted. So when them kids came over from over there, they were war trained, they were good shots. I'm telling you this. I'm telling you because I don't want you to look at these children back in the day that's coming from overseas to here for refuge. And when it's a go, don't you think for twice that this little boy won't shoot you in the damn head and steal your name, property, gold, silver, bank account. It doesn't matter. They'll do it today. Your own family will do it today. So you damn right back then they'll do it. Orphan trains, they was bringing them in from over there. But we'll get to that. Listen, Boy Scouts of America Incorporated. Okay, again, why do you think the Boy Scouts got that issue with those old ass dudes? Same thing that was going on back then with the Hitler and all of that stuff. It's the same. It's the Roman little 300 little secret. Press 1 that Hollywood can't hide. So we're not hiding it. It's what it is. It's what it is. Okay, Africa has child soldiers today. Yep. That's true. Okay, so I just want you to know that these are all branches of government, and pieces of government, even though you don't know that. You probably don't know, don't care. I want you to see the inception from the beginning, how it came into power. Okay? Girl Scouts of America. You can go find videos on these young people back in the day. And they don't just got those Swiss Army knives for nothing. That's Swiss for a reason. Swiss is the Red Cross. That's Switzerland. So when you got the Swiss Army knife, you can do anything with that. Eat, open a can, make a fire. Press what? You can do anything with that. You people don't know what you can do with that. You can do everything with that little Swiss Army knife. Cut dynamite, blow dams, everything you need done. And these little boys in long hikes out there in the middle of, boy, please. But at the time, these is corporations. So remember, it's not just an army. Remember, this is a corporate army. This is a corporate. When they say the policy hold, this is they don't say police. They say policy. Press what? So they walking around. The little boys was in charge of the internment camp. You think the COs of America today is something? You got to be, what, 21 or something? No, them boys is 15, 16. Smoking cigarette, keeping you in line. You bet not move, boy. Well, these people came from a place, boy, they ain't never had nothing. Keeping you in line is a luxury. Okay? Okay, so these are all branches. Again, this is going back. What's the number one? What's number one? Red Cross. Without Red Cross, everything is under the Red Cross. Just like I'm saying about this. Technically, realistically under, look, the American Legion busted. The Bible tell you about Legion.
Shame.
They are many.
Shame.
And they are many for
Shame.
show. Because it's all nations have conspired against thee, like scripture say. All nations have conspired against thee. Look, the American Legion, chapter 3. Do that sound familiar? These are like military units, perhaps corporate, Marine Corps League, Marine Corps League, Corps League, Dead Body by Water League. Press 1. How to drown them out. Press 1. How to rule by water and make them dead in law civilly. Press 1. Maritime. How? American Legion is in every. Oh, it is, huh? You right. Those little. You think it's just bikers or something? You right. United Spanish War. Spanish War veterans. Marine Corps League. Okay? This is very important. Blue Wood Memorial Association. Okay. American veterans of World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Okay? And it's just amazing when you see it in a corporate. I seen it in the movie. You know, bullets flying everywhere. It's crazy when you see it on the paperwork and you know what you're looking at. You know, Grand Army of the Republic, corporate. You know what the Grand Army of the Republic wasn't no corporate. It protected you from this banking system. Okay? Ladies of the Grand Army of the Republic. This is like some Soviet Union shit. You see? This is like some 1984. You know that movie 1984? Have you seen it? Have you read the book 1984? That was you in the asylum. Man, they would kill y'all for having sex. They was sterilizing everybody. Press 1. That ain't nothing that's coming. That's what they do to you. That's what they been doing to you the whole time. Oh, you seen this movie? You read this book 1984? I just saw the movie. They threw us in the asylum just like that. Yes, sir, Bob. Every division employed to recreate history. You see it, Mr. Radio? Now, here's your history. Now you know what I'm talking about, Mr. Radio. Now you see why I'm frustrated. Good job, son. Every bit of it, okay? So you live in the illustration of corporate wonderland, history, historical. I told you it's 2 histories. Mine's in what you believe. Press 1. Mine's in what you believe. Look, I don't stood up against all of it. It's right here. okay, and gave you a different perspective, you probably run into Legion 300 around this motherfucker. Family, I'm trying to tell you. Could this be the I don't know what you mean by that black and silver. Could this, you have to call that in and like put it into words so I can understand it if you can. If you can't, that's okay, but kind of put it into word format what you mean by that. Okay? United States blind veterans of World War I. You know because a lot of them soldiers this is why Disney got so many hits right here. Press 1. This is why the movie theater, because you can recreate history and tell it in so many different formats because it's all nations against you. So you can tell it from a Polish perspective, a Russian perspective, a white perspective. Doesn't matter. You not gonna get it. Disabled American veterans. So you got to know this all goes all the way back to the big dog, the Red Cross. Now I didn't know Red Cross was the top of the crop. I'm just in truth. Press 1. But see, you get to Red Cross, right? You get to the head of the snake. You cut its head off, and the body fall. Press 1. See, now you can go down each layer and find out what was constructed under this. See, all I need is patience. That's why I start taking the weekends off. That's why then you can start constructively dissecting this giant boa constrictor in which have you enslaved and break it down. And since you know the head is the Red Cross Federal and they the ones who owe you. That's the evil Cobra right there. You ever seen He-Man? You ever seen the Cobra, G.I. Joe? These the bad guys. You ever seen Lord of the Rings? Nigga, this is who you do. Nigga, you don't watch Lord of the Rings. You scared. Y'all some fake ass WWE, but you wouldn't bust a Stone Cold Steve Austin move on a gargoyle if it was right there. You niggas is scary. Press 1. We go to the top of the top here, the cream of the crop. Niggas is like some Lord of the Rings. They go that damn evil eye right there. Like the brother said in the chat room, he said, could that have be the bonds or something? May have. You'd be surprised where your mind leads you to. You might uncover as many corporations, as many bonds they incorporated the bonds. Something. But that's for you. That's for you. Shout out to Mo Bars. Talking about flowers to you. Flowers to us. Flowers to those who seek truth and knowledge and don't stay compartmentalized. Always leaving yourself open to grow. You know what I'm saying? If I had stayed that, we Indians, I would even be thinking about this. My mind said, wait, it's more to the story than just we Indian. We Aboriginal, or we African, or we were slaves. If I would have stayed in any part, we wouldn't be here. Facts. Veterans of foreign wars of the United States. Press 1. Look at this one. Veterans of foreign wars of the United States. Coffee and Kush TV breaking down the giant cobra as we speak. You on the air? What up?
Hi, this is Lita.
What's
from
up, Lita?
Cleveland, Ohio. I was calling because I did research on the Girl Scouts of America. The one thing that kept sticking out to me is just in these statues, they keep saying chapter. Like, chapter, and that just stuck out to me. And when I looked it up in the dictionary, of course, the 1828 dictionary, there's several different chapters, but one says to tax and to correct. And so this is just how they're taxing. Yeah, this is how they're taxing us. And I think that they actually are trying to do some type of biblical way of they doing this, because the first definition in chapter is a a division of a book of treatise as Genesis contains 50 chapters, hence the phrase "to end of the chapter" that is throughout to the end.
Yes.
And it's right.
What
and in
they're doing
Ecclesiastes,
is they're doing is what they've always done is try to line up their artificial Dead Sea with God's word and his what he got. So it's like an watch biblical prophecy unfold. Now, if they're watching biblical prophecy and trying to emulate it to distract you and encourage you and persuade you that way, because that's what it's really about, you. I
see it.
What you see it? You see
it? My God, it's real.
Yeah. That's all they want to do is persuade you. We need more people to be against that, against the persuasion. Now, Scripture already tell you everybody will be fooled by this, and that's okay. But everybody has a choice at the same time to wake up at a time where. The world ain't nobody going to work. Ain't nobody really doing nothing in the world, especially our people. So even if they are, we still researching. We still want to know the truth. So I just think now's the time to really start doing research on this type of information just to confirm that you ain't tripping. I'm not tripping. I know I ain't tripping.
Yeah, I know, and it's like what makes it is like you knew when you just was living and being in the world that something wasn't right, but you just never could. Well, I'm gonna say me. I knew something wasn't right. I done left my job. I've been slowly processing left the world with the personal things that I'm doing, and I can see that I know God is real. Like there's no question about it. But so thank you for even getting us to even get on this train of thought to even look and if you seek, you will find it.
Oh yeah.
Because I probably would have looked at chapter because we normally looking at chapter, you just think of a book chapter what they indoctrinated you with. But now my brain can even open up. Yeah.
You went to the law book or the 1828?
The 1828 dictionary.
So you went straight to the dictionary and found exactly what it means, and it wasn't about turning the page to chapter 34 for show.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So thank you, and I want to call in, but you're on the road, so keep on going.
Feel free, long as it's about
Thank
this.
you.
Thank you, Queen. Yeah, and she had a good point. This could have been one of the first ways they were able to start taxing but they weren't able to tax the individual. They weren't able to tax you. I mean, of course, foreign agencies and foreign governments weren't able to, but under a stolen legacy, a stolen trust, stolen beneficiaries, held hostage, your soldiers dying and over there, your soldiers dying and wars going, and really they just going over there being exterminated, going over there being exterminated, going over there being distracted, going over there listening to the radio, listening to their little generals. Oh, go march over there. Gotta go over there. Meanwhile, your home is being invaded. A whole coup emergency situation by way of a Red Cross. Press 1, who allowed, I'm trying to tell you, ain't no way the Red Cross is allowing Nazis in America, in the Americas, which let me believe that's why they were doing. The federal government is what? The Red Cross. And the Red Cross, you can't handle the truth. You can't handle that your favorite uniform and G.I. Joe soldier outfit is really just press 1 and really just what? Press 1. You can't handle that. You can't handle that. That's what I'm saying. That's deep, bro. We all been sold a bag of fucking nonsense by our grandparents, our great-grandparents to hide the inevitable, bro. I mean, a lot of our forefathers, whether it be white, black, sold our people, I say our as a collective, And people sold their youth out back in the day too for manifest destiny, and now that they children's children knows God, they damn near got to feel bad about something they wasn't even a part of. Imagine that. Press 1. Imagine that one. Damn, but it's written in scripture that the children will turn and say, oh my goodness, we have inherited lies. Google it, and you can Google it. That's what it says in scripture, and that's what's going on now, G. People realize, wait a minute, these people don't, even Jews are saying these people are the Hebrews are. Man, this is some other stuff. You know, and I don't want to just say Hebrews or nothing. Like, I'm sticking to, you are the colonial American. You are the originators of this whole system. Your great-great-great-grandfathers. You are the beneficiaries of great war generals and great people and men that defended this nation and was tricked to serve another nation. Press 1. To be seduced by other nations. We seduced to this day. So ain't no blaming nobody, but history must be told correctly. If we go this whole time and the Jews went into a Holocaust, and if black folks in America went through a Holocaust, then something is really wrong. That you can honor foreigners and pinch from the taxpayer, the blood, sweat, tears of real Americans who founded this nation. You ain't did shit in this last 100 years, but do go to work. So don't think you built nothing driving no truck around this country or even setting up a house or building or putting a roof on. You ain't did nothing. You ain't did nothing. That's why I be tripping, dude. That's why I'm just enjoying my life and taking the rest of my life easy, because life is easy. Life is only hard when you believe in this shit, when you believe in an American. The American government is the German, Russian, U.S. civilian alliance, if you ask me. How the Red Cross are the Nazis. And you is in a internment camp and you missing a bunch of people. But you give your sympathy to Jewish folk from another nation. Ain't nothing wrong with sympathy. Everybody, when things happen terrible in the world, it's natural for us to have sympathy. But to totally ignore the Afro-American Holocaust, I'm fighting for this to the end. Yeah, the Afro, because I founded it. That's why. I patented it. That's mine. Not patent, but you know what I'm saying. I made it. The Afro-American Holocaust. It was in my brain first. Press 1. It was in my brain first. See? Ready for the burning. Right there. We wasn't even thinking about the Afro-American Holocaust. Who dares say you wasn't no slave? Who dares say you ain't no African? Who dares say you ain't no Indian? Kev, then what are we, Kev? You man, let me sit down. I'll tell you all about. I got a story to tell you. Press 1, but you gotta believe. You gotta believe. You feel me? You was put. That's why the Bible say you was put in the furnace. That's why special saints was put in the furnace, and then prove to these people that they wasn't gonna burn it. They believe in God. They wasn't giving that in like that. They believe in God for real. So when you're dealing with the Afro-American Holocaust by way of the banking institutions, Carnegie. Press 1, Carnegie, the steel industrial complex, the railroad systems, and the different people who betrayed the Harlem Hellfighters, Emmett Till fathers. Press 1, who was accused of sexual deviancy. Press 1. And they were serving not under America, but the Hellfighters served under Italy. That's why I started asking you, how did you become a Nazi? By way of Emmett Till's father. Press 1, him right here. You see? You see him? I asked, what happened to them? Start buying books. Man, They messed these guys over big time. Press 1. Big time. They didn't want our brothers. They didn't even. You couldn't fight in the American army. You know why? It wasn't no black people in World War I and II fighting for America. You know why? Why? Because they was fighting you. Well, no damn segregation, fool. You ain't never asked. We don't have a Civil War revolution. We don't fought 10 wars, right? They was fighting you. You don't get it. They was fighting you and stealing your homeland. That's what they was doing. They had the steamers out there. They had all of their systems in place. They had world fairs going around every damn where. Press 1. Well, they supposed to be at war with each other in their own homeland. They over here hanging out. I'm trying to tell you. I got the pictures. You see that right there? American flag, Italy flag, Swiss flag, and Japan equal Nazi. Nigga, KevRow. KevRow. I'm the king, bro. I'm the king. I'm a break the educational freelance world in the black community. I'm gonna break y'all. I never stop because I got it, bro. Look with your eyes, bro. They are together, bro. Not one of y'all in these pictures. I don't even gotta zoom in because you know you're not in it. Press 1. You ain't there. Them all together. Swiss, Japan, Italy, and America. That's all new. And together, they are one. While you going around listening thinking they all got beef with one. This inception goes back a long. This little allegiance they got go back a long way. The Nazi sign is sitting right in front of the black sun on the Japan flag, so I don't even know why y'all tripping. All Americans, all of y'all is one of the three on the other end. You either French, German, Polish, or Swiss, and are you Asian? I'm not going for it. The Asians took Native American. The Italians took the name Jew and your birthright, press 1, and gave you the drugs by way of the federal government. Remember I told you, the federal government had all the drugs where? In the United States Treasury Department. Mr. Gillespie, excuse me, there is no Kev Gills. Mr. Gillespie, press 1. Kev Gills is asleep. Mr. Gillespie will tell you they had all the dope in the Treasury Department and robbing the resources of America. They were slinging dope right out the United States Treasury Department. They were slinging dope. They was bringing big kilos right up out of here. Press 1, opioids, every drug you can ever think of right out the Treasury Department. I've never heard of that ever until on this show. I've never heard of even thinking that our government, but now, press 1, but now I realize God really mean don't trust them. Don't trust them. The American flag, Italy, Swiss, and Japan. Now, what is y'all all doing hanging out with one another? Press 1. And what did y'all do? Again, J.P. Morgan owned the Titanic. The Titanic had the Royals on it. Press 1. The Titanic had so much money because the people on the Titanic was royals of English and Scottish, English, like what you would think is an American, a black American, a Scot. Press 1. They was on them ships and they sunk them ships. That's what a big crisis looks like. You talking? I think that was where's said that? I think that deals with Thomas Jefferson, Gillespie on the Titanic. Got him. Press 1. You never know what you find when you're looking for you. Press 1. I think that was Thomas Jefferson looking for his brother, asking where their family members were, and they were last seen on the ship. And I think that's the Titanic. I don't think those white people on that train. They got us thinking you was as long as they got you thinking you was a savage African or an Indian with a feather in your head flying on the back of a turtle. Because you would never think you was the most magnificent people, fine wine drinking, press one entertainment. You never know. They sunk the whole ship. Ain't no telling what happened on the ship. They just said it hit, so ain't no hit nothing. Something else happened. Ain't no telling what the hell happened. These people so damn janky. Press one. Stalin Chase Bank, you absolutely right. Ain't nothing like J.P. Morgan. You know why? Because J.P. Morgan, press one, and Nathaniel P. Banks got something in common. Press one. Not only is this nigga think, I don't know the difference between a nigga on dope or a nigga on weed. Press one. Nigga, I got uncles who look normal on weed and smoke dope and eyes be on. Nigga, y'all ain't fooling me with the hair swoosh. But look, banks ran the asylums in which your people was put in, ran by who? The Red Cross. Right there at Blackwell's Island, New York City, United States. They had a bunch of them. These are huge. Whole cities. Lot of names. Lots of names. You were being transferred there. To the asylums, to the penitentiaries, to the orphanages, to the Planned Parenthood position place. You became a good Catholic there. Are you going into hell's furnace? Press one. Do you get the word that I can? And guess who ran it? Nathaniel P. Banks. And guess who was? Let me stop. Guess who was the? Guess who was the bankers back then at that time? Right there. J.P. Moore. You don't believe that? Now this is the same asshole Grover Cleveland gave America's gold to. Press one. Ain't that something? So it's important for you to find out who is who. There's no time to play with history no more. We have fun over here, though. I agree. We have some fun. Sometimes I watch my show like, damn. But, y'all, there's a reason why they got Kanye crying. It's a reason why all this shit happening. This all distractions to me. To me. It's all distraction. And my mind say, Kev, don't even focus on that. Don't even pay no goddamn excuse. Don't matter who or what happened. Focus. Stay focused on the prize. Press one. Ain't nobody press one. So when you say Grover Cleveland, that's Grover Cleveland. Press one. That's William Howard Taft. That's Grover Cleveland. That's William Howard Taft. That's Theodore Roosevelt. That's McKinley. All of them got fucking John Travolta type of press one. And they go Bernard von Baloo. Press one, Prince of Baloo. Remember? And we just got finished talking about the Baloo being incorporated.
Shame.
See?
Shame.
See? You see them chins?
Shame.
That nigga Kev, I don't solve the mysteries of Earth. Press one of the world. I'm the heavyweight champion of the world, Craig. I don't care about no views. I don't care about no views. I told you, Russia. I told you. That look like Carnegie too, huh? That look like all of them. You gotta watch them. So these guys can be just decoy, same type of person. But this guy and this guy is the same person for sure. This guy and this guy is the same person for sure. For shiggity, no doubt. Press one. You talking about Rockefeller, Big Phil. You off. I said Bernard von Baloo. Press one. Everybody know Rockefeller. What school you go to? You go to regular school, bro. You go to conspiracy school. Hey, listen up. Press one. He go to conspiracy school, y'all. He came over here thinking we talking about Rockefeller. That's easy. That's like 1 + 1 over here, sir. Everybody know that. What you know about Bernard, though? Huh? What you know about the trust buster himself? They ain't gonna be able to deny that Grover Cleveland gave J.P. Morgan all the gold. That's written. Press 1. You can't deny this. So you looking at a whole invasion of foreign immigrants disguising themselves as fucking, they're really just workers. But I don't even know where they get this Prince of Baloo, because that's not, nigga just look like he work at the local place where they sell suits and ties, playing an informative role on the real people. Press 1. He don't really look like no prince or nothing. Look like a worker from Macy's in 19-something. Press 1. See, but when you steal something, you get refined. You get all type of, see, when the slaves become president, that's my new documentary. And I went to William Howard Taft. I didn't even know that he even looked like this. First of all, I seen him, this big fat ass, one time in a cartoon, but I didn't know. And now that I know, God wanted me to go to Taft High School in California. Press 1. That's why. So he'd know. Kev is from Taft High School. This is William Howard Taft. Taft is considered, we was considered the toreadors, the bull, like bulls. It was a bull matador type of shit. Press 1. So you, listen, y'all can hope for a better America. I'm not hoping for nothing else but God's work. I'm cool. I'm tired of being pulled around in false hopes and false dreams when I can keep studying and enjoy my life studying and showing myself approved to time itself. Press 1. See, look, Carl Heinrich. Press 1. Look. Got him.
Not like this.
I got him.
Not like this.
See, you can't mess with me. Y'all can't fuck with the police. Y'all can't fuck with the police. I went to Palmdale High School too. Raleigh, press 1. I went to Palmdale High School. Go Falcons. Press 1. What? Nigga, I'm from LA. I went everywhere. I be everywhere they say I can't be at. Press 1. Look at this. You thought Taft was crazy. This is worse. See? We got him. See? That's not Taft. See? Y'all fucked up. Y'all fucked up, and y'all talking about the The real thing is how the Wall Street funded the Bolsheviks to become American presidents. That's what the fuck the conspiracy is. And all of our friends is playing conspiracy tricks on us, man. Press 1. The real conspiracy is Swiss banks, Wall Street funded the Russian Revolution. You get it? So how many people did Stalin murder? How many people, I'll wait. I'll wait. How many people did he murder? How many people did he murder? Press 1. While y'all sitting back, my man said, put the queen back up there. He said, put the queen, fuck it. Press 1. It's all right if we get one wrong, but I don't think we wrong. Press 1. I think they played us big time. I think they play us every damn day. Press 1. And now that you know, I'm teaching how to spot this and pay attention. More people are just, man, look at this. This shit is wild. The further we look back at all these actors and shit, they all start looking the same. Like they're just wearing costumes in old pictures. Some of these people don't even look real, like straight mannequins. Press 1. So it's nothing for me. I thought this was Teddy Roosevelt. Nigga, this J.P. Morgan Jr. Nigga, this is Stalin. Press 1. So with the how many people? Now let me go back. Now, how many pictured people Stalin killed? Huh? Now you see what I'm saying? Now you see what I'm saying? Now how many people did Stalin kill? 6 million. Press 1. That boy Kev cold, G. Bro, my brain is so sharp. Listen, I try to give people a chance. Say, man, join the Discord. I'm trying to walk with you. But a lot of men don't want to walk. So I gotta fly. Press 1. I gotta fly. Ain't nothing else for me to do. I'm only, like I say, I'm trying to help you. I know this. Don't send me no information. You don't know this. You don't know this. Don't send it to me. Study. Press 1. So yeah, that's why I throw these pictures up there so to start clicking. Wait, you saying J.P. Morgan is Stalin and Stalin is this one and this is possibly be the guy who was... That's exactly what I'm saying. Do you know why? Because J.P. Morgan ran the trains that got you to Carnegie's steel factory. Press 1. I said J.P. Morgan owned the trains that got you to to the internment camps. They got you to the infirmary. Press 1. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, G? Facts. This is the Queen of England meeting with the Red Cross. These look like the women of the revolution. Press 1. These the women of the revolution who opened up the corporate trust. Press 1, that's all. And all the rappers who be standing like this, they just in legions with the Queen. That's all. With foreign entities. That's all. They nothing. Y'all just quit talking about the Illuminati. The Illuminati only mean allegiance to the foreign government. Okay? They're actors by way of the Red Cross, the French Foreign Legion, and they know I'm correct. It's how I know this. They're looking like, what the fuck? Press 1. I told you I'm special. Touched by God himself. Press 1. Try to tell you. Y'all getting confused and you blinded by these jokes and this smoke and all this extra shit. I'm trying to tell you. We got it. That's all it is. They just in submission to, they're in the same brotherhood or lounge. And like I say, when Jay-Z met the Queen, press 1. Didn't he say the 444 or the Magna Carta? Press 1. Wasn't he talking about and wasn't he hanging out with who? Warren Buffett. And wasn't he talking about the Magna Carta? But the Magna Carta is for the Queen over there, remember? So you got to understand, it ain't just, it's bigger than that, bro. Black is white, white is black, up is down, down is up, bro. Press 1, hit that like button. Shout out to the people on my Cash App. Let me read that. If you want to shout out for supporting this truth, get up in that Cash App, and I'm going to do my shout outs in a second. Shout out to y'all, man. But you got to understand. Facts. I got a hip hop show to do. Y'all know KevRow, Coffee and Chris TV Live is back, and it's just this YouTube street commentary, making fun. It's like Saturday Night Live. A lot of shit talking, a lot of interaction with the people. No school, just everybody chilling like a university should. So make sure you over there. Cash App, not my Cash App, my Patreon, patreon.com/KevGillsTV. Support that as well. Yeah, it is what it is. So we got to begin to look like when did all this really happen? You know, and it's embedded in your history. Tamika Mallory and all of these people, they don't sent y'all in the whole opposite direction and don't left y'all out here confused, confounded, bought and paid for by George Soros. Admitted. Press 1. Admitted. Press 1. Look at this. Look at this. German civilian U.S. Guard You see that? It's Schultz watch. Press 1. That's like the watch people. Okay? That's the civilian guard in English. They watching you. You see that Volkswagen in the watch? Press 1. Watch. Press 1. You got to understand. These people ain't going to tell you this because it's your brain going to click. It's going to make sense of it. And that's what they do not want. They don't want you to make no sense of it. They need you lost in characters and in time. So you don't know one character is playing 3 different time phases in his life and they 3 different damn people. They don't want you on that mental capacity. They don't want you to know the Queen of England is a Nazi. Press 1. They don't want you to see the Queen of England or Pope Pius. These people caused the Holocaust. Well, Woodrow Wilson caused your Holocaust, and Pope Pius took part in the Holocaust. So who's to say Wilson ain't Pope Pius? They look exactly alike. I'll be a fool not to see the resemblance in Pope Pius and Woodrow Wilson, or Herbert Hoover and Herbert Disney. I'll be a fool not to see this. I'll be fooling myself. I'll be doing my eyeballs a disservice. Press 1. My God to say, Kev, what I get your eyeballs for? My brain wasn't clicked, but what about your eyeballs, fool? Press 1. On one end, he's a clergyman. On the other one, he's president of the United States. Incredible. On one end is Disney's brother, Press 1, who's put together all of these scenarios in time immemorial history by way of cartoons and wordless movies with Charlie Chaplin. Press 1. Hitler could have been a black man for all this shit they was doing and emulating black people. They could have been portraying this nigga. It could have went all type of ways. We gonna find out though. We're gonna ask all the right questions. Y'all can get distracted by Kanye West and his shoes, by the next death. That's fine. Just don't forget about the real deal Holyfield. I'm trying to figure out if this is goddamn Harry S. Truman. Press 1. It's probably not, but who knows? Nigga, that's Heimlich Himmler. That's worse than Hitler, nigga. That's Heimlich Himmler. Press 1. I'm trying to see if that's Harry S. Truman. I ain't saying that it is. What I am saying is what's going on at this time, bro. I'm cool. But then again, he looked like, never mind. You never know. You never fucking know. Not with these people. You gotta go back in time and see it all. What the fuck is going on? You know? And that's what I do enjoy, going back and researching these people and just saying to myself, like, wow, they really had a bunch of folks duped when it comes to how could you not see genocide and eugenics by way of Margaret Sanger and the Russian the Bolshevik Russian Revolution? How could you not see genocide? You don't want to see genocide. Press 1. You don't want to see Benjamin Harris. You don't want to see him. You don't want to see his long-nosed ass up there. Press 1. You don't want to see Benjamin Harris up there with those black soldiers. You don't want to see him. You don't want to see him up there. No, man. Not your American president. Your American president. This nation is founded on racism. The whole nation is founded on the blood. How many skulls just came up in Florida? All the bones and all the lakes is drying up. You ain't gonna be able to hide all the black dead bodies and blame it on Native Americans when they are products of mass graves in Florida. Georgia, all the middle of America, all the Great Lakes in America's got black people at the bottom. You ain't gonna be able to hide them down there forever. They coming up right now. I saw it on the news. Press 1. That's what I like about this truth. It's uncontrollable. It's uncontrollable. You ain't gonna sit up here and tell us we some damn Indians. Press 1. These ain't us. Let me tell y'all something, family. Look, family. Let me show y'all something. These some lying sons of guns. Let me show you something. Let me show you how great y'all are. The world would not have nothing if it wasn't for you. They took everything from you. First of all, why does the world want you to? They took everything they use and they got from you except a hammock or something. Every eating utensil, every light they stop and go at, every damn thing. Press 1. I don't even know why we got so low confidence, why we gotta, allow people to take advantage of us, and we not representing ourselves correctly, because we are the brightest, the smartest people on earth. Only in democratic neighborhoods they keep our people fucked up by way of school system. See, what they do is they want all the boys to play football. Press 1, keep their testosterone up, and then when they finish with them, they throw them out into the street, because ain't none of them going to the NFL. See, when they finish with that, then they gonna kill each other, because they got all this rage, and the way they talk to each other is the last what they experience from them coaches. I'm telling you about this shit. And then what's gonna happen is these young men are gonna go up, trained like to be athletes, ready to beat up everybody. Press 1, with no self-discipline, raised by their mama. Oh, what a way to get a whole society in prison. Just wait, just open the door, they coming. Don't even trip. 1 leave, 3 come. What happened to you? Assault, a deadly weapon. Assault, domestic violence, domestic battery, domestic, assault. Press 1, murder. This rage. You just don't even know what to do with the fucking shit. They just left it in you. Don't know what the fuck to do with it. You feel me? So look, our people created this. I'm not saying you, but Afro-Americans. You understand what I'm saying? You guys, Frederick Jones in 1949, he created the air conditioning unit. Almanacs, they say the white man created it. That was made by Benjamin Banneker in 1791, family. So when Sonetta said you wasn't allowed to read, that's because he lived in Dominican Republic and his people wasn't allowed to read or something. I don't know, but we the greatest people on earth. We had to read. We can read right now. What you talking about? Auto cutoff switch, okay? Auto fishing devices, baby buggies, biscuit cutters, blood plasma bags, chamber commode. Press 1, that's the bathroom. Press 1, clothes dryer. Press 1, curtain rods. Sounds easy, right? Press 1. See, we created all this 1800s, 1600s, 1900s, 1700s. Press 1, but you's a slave. Press 1. You just invent. When you're free, you just invent things. What else could you do but invent? First of all, you hanging out because you ain't got shit to do. You don't like to work for nobody. You know why? Because you ain't supposed to. You're supposed to be making things and inventing and inspiring the world. You do things. They work for you. Ain't nothing. They ain't went to no moon. Why you around here thinking Elon Musk discovered an electric car? Electric cars been on Earth. All this stuff been here, bruh. Something wrong with the whole world, D. The whole world is insane. Built off of social media now and American Stalin propaganda made by Chinese people. Paris, well, made by China. I don't even think it's China. I think it's Japan. They blame everything on China. I think it's Japan. Press 1. They don't like us thinking of Japan, Switzerland. We don't even pay no attention to them. Japan, Switzerland, and Italy. These three nations, those are just rose petals in the garden on earth. For some reason. You understand? Come on, family. These are the nations that overthrew you. How an Asiatic Indian man got a last name Black or Washington and Jones? Talking about they got the deed to the casinos. If you don't get your little wonder in that, see, this is why it's important. I'm silly as hell, huh? You have to know who you are. I don't do this for nothing. I sure don't. Y'all just walking with me. I enjoy each and every one of y'all who come to this page and learn something. I'm telling you that right now, and show interest in thinking outside the box. It's so cool to be free and don't got to be stuck on rap shit. Even though we gonna be over there on Coffee and Kush TV, KevRow University live at night with Kev. I'm showing you a different side of Kev first, so you'll know it ain't just a gimmick on YouTube on getting ad revenue talking about hip-hop media or what's going on in the world as the urban conservative and breaking this stuff down whether you like it or not, you know? I'm here as well. So I've been working out my schedule for KevRow University. That's why I'm so adamant about this shit. Because I'm like, look, I got to stick to this. It's just what it is. And I got to edit and drop videos and shit and drop stories and do it correctly. Or not do it at all, you know? Or not do it at all. So I'm here to teach, you know, in a real way. I'm here to teach. I'm trying to see how and why did 6 million people just end up missing and all the immigrants came up over here? Who are these people in the catacombs? Who are these people in the catacombs, y'all? You know, I've always wanted to know how. And you know what? The what do they call it? The Red Cross ship is the hospital is known as a ship on land. So I'm thinking it's all maritime law because it's actually a ship, a corporate ship on land. Coffee and Kush TV, KevRow. You on the air? What up?
Stop panhandling. We not 1 year old, bro. Shut the fuck up. You don't got the answer, you bitch. You a piece of shit. Get off the internet, man.
Yeah, did they ride in a gas car, or electric car, or to the moon?
China, man.
That's all I'm saying. Did they ride to the moon, or what? They ain't went to the moon, though. They ain't went nowhere.
You worthless. You worthless, bro. Get off there.
Can we walk and chew?
You panhandle it, bro. You panhandling it. Ancient information that's free off Google, bro. All these videos you showing is off of Google or YouTube, bro. You just share the link, man. That's it. Just share the link. You're a bitch.
You still there, sir?
Don't ever forget you're a bitch. Don't ever forget you're a bitch. Get off the internet. You panhandling, bro. Everybody should be able to see this by now. You're a bitch, bro. Get off the internet. You should be ashamed.
Huh? Is he? What happened?
Like you editing, you doing all this fuck shit just to stand.
Oh, it's on low.
Where you getting your money back? You worthless, bro. You a piece of shit. Man. Get up. This is not hate, bro. This is some fucking everyday shit. You don't got the answers. You're not telling nobody, hey,
turn.
Go to the White House.
You speaking to the microphone. We can't hear you.
You're not about to do nothing. You all talk, bro.
Something wrong with him. Ask him to spell it. I don't want him to ask him nothing. I'm cool. Let him have that energy. Let him have that energy. I ain't tripping. Shout out to Brittany. Shout out to you, Queen. Yeah, let him have that. I'm like not even. Dude, listen. One thing I learned is these dudes sound. In his brain, he doing all this. He punching and swinging and elbowing and leg dropping and Stone Cold Steve Austin, people's elbow. Press 1 in his brain. That's what happened. I gotta eat that. That our people, as human beings, some of us can't mentally evolve. Some of us are just stuck at a capacity, and they can't go no further. They can't think past specific levels. And a lot of times, a lot of these individuals are hurt that they gotta watch you, the person that they hate, sit here and sound so smart to them. It ain't about being smart. It's about you waking up to the world you live. It ain't about doing nothing. It's about realization. Press 1. You don't gotta do nothing. They gotta watch you. You don't gotta do nothing. God didn't say you gotta go to war with them. God said you don't gotta do none of that. You just gonna learn it correctly so you would know how to perceive it. And then I already know that's gonna change you. That's gonna change how you view the outside world. There's nothing more to do. There's nothing more to do. He's stuck in the realm. He can't go there. He's stuck there. So he won't everybody mentally to think about young Dolph murder. Take off, please, and to see other people interested in these type of conversations. I was about to say it got to be probably 500 people in my audience, and showing up 493. Only time they come over here, they be operating out of jealousy because they can't operate out these books. Press 1. They never in their mind could they ever think these people were the same people. They're more like, no, not Kev, not the guy we hate the most. That's in a spirit. Like, no, hold on, caller. You ever hated a person so bad, but everything you did to them, you laughing in the background, ha ha, he, yeah, and this nigga just keep growing mentally, surviving, overcoming. Like you just like, what the? Nothing's working. Nothing. I'm still here. I'm still doing my thing. And they gave up. This all they got left. This they last. That's it. Coffee and Kush TV, KevRow. You on the air. What up?
When are we going to the Supreme Court, you bitch? When? You all talk, bro. Stop talking. When are we marching to the Supreme Court about what?
So you're I don't know if you're afraid or what. You need to calm down. We're not marching to no Supreme Court. Nothing. I'm sorry. You can't hang out with us, sir.
Bro, you a bitch, bro.
So what?
Get the fuck on, bro.
So what? Doesn't matter. You can't hang out. You can't hang out. He was so Francois 2 weeks ago. Press 1. He was so but we went up another notch. We went into the corporate. And we identified the Red Cross as being the head. He can't do that. We solidified France, Sweden, Denmark, Poland. He can't do that. So why he think he's, man, you late. We already knew that. He's standing in line. He want a certificate. Press 1, and then Mr. Gillespie comes out of nowhere and just boom. This stuff ain't for them. This wasn't given to them to give to you. You feel me? This wasn't for them to give to you. This for me. That's but they gotta eat that. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the ear.
Yo, this is Benjamin coming out of Georgia.
Georgia. Am I on speaker? You sound like you a ways from the phone. What up?
I'm in my car.
Oh, okay. Talk to me, King.
On the highway. So, man, I've been watching you, man. I've been subscribing to you, and the perspective that you're bringing is kind of, it's like the mindset has to shift. Like, have you ever watched the channel, the Transatlantic Productions?
No.
On YouTube? So,
just tell me about it. I'm good at catching on pretty quick.
All right, so the Transatlantic Productions, they have all the previous scholar researchers that basically are trying to construct exactly, how do we get here and how do we get back to where the to where that we are owning what we have created. Exactly what you're debunking and understanding from scholars from the 1800s, from Delaney to Moffat to and there's plenty others. It's like I'm getting like following you and the way that you're breaking this shit down, and then going to watch it through 3-hour fucking dissertations and discussion from some of our great scholars that's been trying to identify, where and how do we break that psychological chain of enslavement, like the brother that was on before that just had all that energy for no reason.
Yes.
And it's like the approach, and one thing I would like to be able to elaborate with you on to further develop my position in this aspect of being a former educator, being retired from the military, and actually seeing these different perspectives of how they give us this wham bam thank you ma'am story, and think that our minds is not going to, as a collective conscious, is going to level up to exactly where they try to basically usurp and undo what we have structured to be as a society.
Oh, you would have to come out of that. You would have to be operating in supreme level, because you got to think of the efforts that it takes to compartmentalize the black mind that low and put it in so many different boxes inside of boxes, and to come out of it and see the grand, at least from this perspective. Oh yeah, that takes a lot of work, a lot.
So what's your position on servant leadership?
On service leadership?
Yeah, servant leadership. Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You said certain?
All right. No, servant leadership.
What did you say? Service? Service?
Yeah, service. Yeah, service.
I think. Well, if done properly, service leadership is. What is that like? I mean, is that self-explanatory?
So, in a way, it's like the values of my company is be inspired, try to serve the lead. And the thing about servant leadership, I ran across in my journey through fucking, college, and I think it took me 7 years to get my BA because I had to transfer 4 times because I really wanted to figure out what my purpose was. And ran across this theory from one of my professors when I started my MBA, and he had this philosophy based off of George Meade. You ever heard of George Meade?
Yeah.
So George Meade's IME theory, the action and the conscience. So servant leadership, I started to look at the different approaches where that when it comes to the MBA world, or when it comes to business, or how to basically lead others, or to create that culture to change the mind of a collective goal. There's a part in the leadership theory called the psychodynamic approach, where you just talk about compartmentalizing and putting things into boxes, and then trying to change the human nature of what we're taught, but actually go back and say, hold on, I was taught this for one reason only, for me to be a fucking robot. Now that I'm no longer a robot, I have to change my nature, my human nature. I have to restructure my mindset in order to create exactly the world that I want.
That's right.
So I understand the world that I've lived in.
That's right.
And to know exactly how to undo it. So I have to serve. So once I serve through it, I identify just like what you're doing, and you're creating this. You're creating the culture of collaborative thinkers. Is that we're serving together to get to the next philosophy that I'm working on. It's called the path goal philosophy, which is also in the leadership theory. Now, the overall end goal, the path goal, essentially is what you're doing. You gotta understand the world that we're living in, because we came into it, one, we didn't agree to the shit. We didn't sign no dotted line when we came out, when we got fed out our mom's womb. We didn't know any of what happened before. Neither did probably our parents. Neither did probably our parents' parents.
Right.
Whenever they got, you know what I'm saying, get upside their head. So we had to be able to come to to the table. And I had wrote a poem a long time ago. I'm not gonna do it right now, but it's called Like Kool-Aid. And essentially, I drew a picture, and I'll send it to you. It's basically the world with Africa in the centerfold, in the middle of it, and they have the Kool-Aid man busting out of the world, like busting the walls, like, Kool-Aid. The world is like Kool-Aid. It's easy to make too, but you gotta know exactly what first you play in the construct of what ingredients you are inside the Kool-Aid picture.
That's right.
And what cup you drinking from.
That's right.
So I'm definitely I really want to network with you. I'm gonna shoot you a message.
Yeah, shoot me a message. We can definitely talk. Hey, because you identified the one thing that an individual has to do at this perspective is to change the spectrum in which you view the world that you understand what I'm saying, that you just kind of like Tupac said, looking at life in your rear view, because you've got like a different perspective. You're looking at it different spectrum, different rainbows. Everything is there, but the truth pokes out at me now. Just it's there. There's no behind the scenes, just like whoa. But even on television, I watch television and it's amazing what we didn't know is right in front of us. You know what I'm saying? So you don't really have to wake up. You're awoke. You just have to turn on the correct perspective, and that takes time because like God even said in Scripture, 40 years in the wilderness. That's a lot of molding into being a beast, a man, an animal, but to change the perspective, you got to come from a different enlightenment. I think that's that spiritual side of man that he got to tap into to see the what they say, the inner standing or the inner realm or over realm of the whole situation. Because when we're talking laws and corporate jargon as history, then we've, as black people, we've been living in an illusion this whole damn time. It's like, wait a minute.
And that's
go ahead, champ.
To touch on my wife's a barrister. My wife is a lawyer.
Right.
And with having these, like me coming to this understanding of the perspective that I'm a lifelong learner. I'm forever going to be inside of somebody's college using the federal government since they don't want to forgive student loans, so they said it's illegal. According to, because my wife, she is.
You mean by way of Supreme Court?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're saying that forgiving student loans is illegal.
Well, they don't. Supreme Court didn't give you the loan. You got to honor your debt.
Right, but this is the thing that I positioned her on, because she works for a nonprofit that fights for consumer policy to make it, fair. And so I proposed this, put a bug in her ear based off of, her respective place in her studies. And I was like, the same way we have inflation, you have all these American people or citizens that have student loan debt. Just like we have mortgages, which one is a loan, still we use it to build equity.
Yeah, we know that. We know that. If this was the loan school class, we'll be on. But this is the Red Cross, is the head of the Dragon class. So today, this all I'm focused on. Send me an email on the connection with you, and we'll link.
Yes.
My man, thank you for the call, champion. My man, Coffee and Kush TV. It's important that you keep your mind on the prize. The Red Cross is, in fact, the vessel that the foreigners rode in on. They were naturalized after this. They were naturalized by way of this. (424-209-9506). Over 6 million people murdered by so-called Stalin. And if we're talking disguises, fam, this is it here. If we're talking disguises, you know, these people are masters of disguise. See, when you got Margaret Sanger with the Romanovs, when you got Margaret Sanger with the Romanovs, man, y'all gotta understand, their whole design for the federal government was to get you up out of here. And they did a great job right there at the internment camp. Now, I didn't make it up. I didn't make the Kevin Christ up. Press 1, I didn't say the Red Cross was the concentration camp, but I had to do my research to find it. Press 1. So when I say the Red Cross is the Kevin Christ, it's the damn concentration camp. You see that tower up there? It say Wash. Remember on Old Boy Orm, it said Schmidt Watch. It's the same thing right here. Watch. It means watch tower. Press 1. You see them little camps and ghettos back there? That's all it is. Train probably pull up right behind this. But it is the Red Cross Nazi concentration. Why? Because the Red Cross, guess what, was involved in Nazi concentration camps. And they know it. Russians and Germans agree with me. Civilians? Oh, yes. They're like, Kevin, how do you know this? Press 1. How did you know this? We wait for you. Jeez. Oh, my friend. They waiting for us to wake up. That's a real American Eagle logo up there. Press. Let me show you this. That's a real, they had to take the eagle down. They had to take the eagle down at the olive, bro. You tell that the eagle was sitting right there in the middle of the damn thing. Press 1. So what I want you to know is I'm correct. Okay? The Red Cross is, in fact, the Nazi concentration camp. Okay? You just don't know. You think it's there to help because it got a hospital thing. No, man. They didn't like you. Oh, no. They didn't like you. They was filled with a bunch of international people. Polish, a bunch of other people. They didn't like you because you the people from over here. Why America didn't allow black people to serve with them in World War I and II? Why? Because I thought y'all was free. I thought we was all friends. Why did America? Because you got to understand, you wasn't fighting for no corporate entities back then. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air.
When we gonna beat up some Nazis, man? You bitch. You a bitch, bro. You a whole bitch, bro. When we gonna beat up some Nazis, huh? You a bitch, bro. You all talk, bro. What the fuck? Run away. You a bitch.
All right, I got some.
Call from
Messiah.
Shout out to my man Messiah. Messiah, you on?
Press 1 to send a voice.
Messiah, you on the air, New York. What up?
What's going on, Kev?
What up, champion?
Listen, everything you saying is factual and correct.
Okay.
We had a talk on Instagram not too long ago. You remember me?
What's your name?
Messiah. My Instagram name is Sayonara.
I think so. I talked to so many people, but yeah, let me know what we was talking about. We on. Go ahead.
Okay, so listen, the talk we had about was about the votes. I mean, you was doing the show on King Ramsey. I mean, Solomon too, or whatever the case may
I
be.
got another one of those coming.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so cool. I just wanted to refresh your memories. Now, listen, I was watching a movie last night, right? And I was watching Dead President. So you know how we from the hood, so this is American culture.
Right.
It was a funny part. Remember the scene when Anthony walked in and he was trying to get a job? And he went to the butcher, and he was like, yo, your name Anthony Curtis. He was like, oh, like the actor, right? And he was like, no, that's a white dude. He was like, yeah, and his last name was Schwartz. So when he said that, I paused it, and I'm just like, why would he sit there and say his last name was Willie Schultz instead of Curtis, saying that it was his brother? But the dude sounded like a Nazi, like he had a little Russian accent or whatever the case may be.
Oh, like he was a little Nazi in plain sight type of thing.
Exactly. And hit me like, oh shit, like what the fuck? Oh, they do this the whole time, bro. They've been putting it in movies.
Yeah.
They've been putting it in everything. You feel what I'm saying?
And you watch the camera like zoom in a little bit to see if it's a catch-22. Like you won't get it.
Looking, I'm like,
the average nigga ain't gonna get it.
He ain't gonna get it. Like, that's why in the movie, Lorenz Tate ain't get it. He was like, what you talking about? He was like, his name was Schwartz, like, and I was just like, oh, so basically what you saying
like
with
Schwartz.
the credit increase and all these Schwartz, exactly.
Yeah, like Schwarzenegger, Germany.
Schwarzenegger, Schwartz, the credit increase,
I think
all this shit, right?
He didn't even know. He was like, what the fuck?
Nigga, he didn't even know. He didn't know what he was telling him. He basically telling him like, yeah, they stole your identity, bro.
Facts.
They took your name and all that. They got their last name, but they took yours.
Yeah.
I know their real last name because they from my country. That's basically what he's telling them in incognito. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all this come full circle. So I've been waiting to call because I've been tuning in for a year, right? So Pete,
go
when
ahead.
you talk about the postmaster, listen, when you talk about the postmaster general and everything, listen, I'm like a child support guru, and I know it's a sensitive topic to all the ladies that's listening. Paul's Glory, Shiva, Amanda, I'm a big fan of all y'all, right?
Yeah.
When men start talking about child support, we get demonized.
Right.
Now, I'm gonna be real. You talking to a man who beats the child support system.
Our females over here, they get it. That's the thing about it.
They get it. Yeah,
get it, but go ahead.
Definitely. Listen, right? So I beat child support cases before, right? Now, when you go and file court cases or petitions against them, you lose automatically when you say, oh, I'm filing this grievance or this motion against child support, because there's no such thing as child support. It may sound crazy, but it's going to go back to your last couple of episodes. It's a Title 4D agency. This is what I've been telling you in the Instagram chat. You feel what I'm saying? So basically, when you try to file paperwork on them, off that mistake alone, who you filing your lawsuit against, child support, there's no such thing. They're going to throw it out. So therefore, you have to attack the Title IV/D agency, which is a branch under the Social Security Act. So it's coming all full circle. Everything you said is registering now. You get what I'm saying?
So you was having to avail a certain way. It was no go.
It was worded exactly.
And
so when you talk about
it didn't exist. It wasn't real. You can't even challenge.
It wasn't real.
You can't sue a person as something that's not real.
That's not real.
Bingo.
It's a fake entity. You get what I'm saying? So boom. Now it gets back to what you were saying with the hold on. Postmaster General yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Boom. Last week.
Yeah.
I caught that video, but I do demolition. There's a lot of loud noise, so I can't call in.
Yeah.
This is what I did, right? They get us with mail.
Yes.
So a lot of the things that dude was saying was true. By us accepting mail basically gives them jurisdiction over us.
Facts.
So that's how they get us, and that's how they bind us to these things, because we can sit up. If your Social Security is not being used, it's kind of like you're not active in the matrix.
You're not
what
active,
I'm saying?
And they can't fuck with you. That's why I tell people
they can't fuck with you.
The best thing you can do is get a trade and work for yourself and be simple.
Listen, this is what I'm doing. Exactly.
And nigga, they ain't got no jurisdiction over you. That's Social Security. You ain't
can't do
using
nothing.
that because that's for a job which you don't got because you on your own. You standing on your own.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's
like a man.
Oh my mama.
Like a real man. So listen, when I'm in court, right, this is what they do, because I beat them all the time, because I tell them, listen, y'all have no jurisdiction over me. I'm a man made in the image of God. This is what I'm saying verbatim to the fucking magistrate, who's not even a court, he's not even a judge, he's a magistrate.
He's a magistrate.
So basically, he's a fictitious, like, employee for the Bar Association.
That's
what
it.
they call it, race registry. See what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
So he has no jurisdiction over no matters anyway, especially when you make your kids in private, you take care of them in private. This is a private matter. So anything pertaining to my family and my offspring, I'm in charge of that, not
right.
you. I
That's
said,
right.
yo, I don't owe no debt to no Title 4D agency. He looked at me and smiled, typed on his computer, he said it's a Title 4D. And he said, oh no, it is a Title 4D. He was shocked that I knew.
Yeah.
He said, what you trying to say? I said, basically, I'm saying I want this case dismissed. What he did was hit a button, said it's off the record.
It's off.
And then he started going in. So that goes to show that everything you say when it comes to birth records, the watermarks that's on the birth records and all that, all of these are recordings.
Yeah.
So they try to get us on the recording, and when you say something that's beating them in court, they'll clip the tape. And then the stenographer start typing, and then you can't get them. So this is the whole thing, how they get you. They summons you. Now, if you understand, this is what I've been watching you for the Bible.
And since you dead, they summoned you. Go ahead.
Exactly. They summons you, but real talk, they can only summons demons. You hear me?
Yeah, go
They
ahead.
can't summons a man. You can only summons a demon.
Go ahead.
So therefore, by you honoring the summons, you giving them jurisdiction over you again, all over again. And basically, that's what child support is like. It's like a fourth tax. It's a tax on top of a tax, on top of a tax, on top of a tax. And basically, they just want you to give as much money as you can, forget your living circumstances and all that. And when you try to beat them, what they call you, a deadbeat, right? But listen to the words. We dead at sea, and we beating them in court. So this is why they calling us deadbeats.
Yeah.
Because we beating them at court.
And it's easy too. This is dead. You just this is a deadbeat situation. Actually, you a deadbeat
situation.
Yeah, it's a deadbeat. You lost. You
lost.
We gonna beat
but
you down.
Winning, but you dead. Exactly. You can't really do nothing. Everything you're saying in court is not registering. Why? Because we're in fictitious courts. For one, family court is not a real court. You get what I'm saying? The highest court is Supreme Court, and that's what all Black American Negroes need to be going to. Supreme Court. Now, I'm not saying going in there willy-nilly all because we got to study the law first.
What all that takes is submittance, but that really takes what you said, study and discipline, and you coming in.
Exactly.
You're not going nowhere until your brain adjusts and you understand words, and that's going to take a while. So,
it's going to take a whole lot. I've been on this journey for like 5 years. That's a fact. You know what they kill us on? They kill us with this one word called acquiescence. So basically, it's like when they sit there and throw claims at us in court, and we don't show up and acquiescence, we agree with what they're saying. So basically, it don't matter what they saying. You're a debt. You're a slave. You owe this. You that. If you don't rebuttal it, you're guilty. And acquiescence. So sometimes it's a catch-22. So this is what I used to do with the Postmaster General tactic. When they would send like child support information to my crib, I would get it. Don't open it. No such person in return the sender. Because as soon as you open it, that's how you bind yourself to that contract and whatever it is of the information that was in there, and then they hold you liable for it. If you return it to sender, it never happened. They never served.
Yeah, because they got you. Because if it ain't yours, you open it, it's a crime.
Exactly.
So that's put you back under their jurisdiction anyway. So
under their jurisdiction, basically. So it's like you got to know how to get them out of your business if you want to get away. Like they hate me. They stonewall me in court because basically they know when I'm in front of that magistrate, I know my shit. So they can't play games with me. Like I'm in there, they follow me around the court in Brooklyn and all that. You feel what I'm saying? Like for real. So this is not a game. What you're saying, it was like I'm so happy that I came across your channel because the part that I was missing, and it's it's proving the Bible real. My name is Messiah. This is my government name.
Yeah.
I didn't read it. I grew up in New York. You know what I'm saying? In New York, we grew up on the 5%ers, Nation of Islam, all these teachings. So I know about Sinetta, Dr. Reggie, and all these people because that's where I'm from.
Yeah, right.
And not to knock them dudes because they teach.
They
but
put that work
we got to
in.
take what they teach. Exactly. But we got to take what we take and then use it. And then the rest of the shit that's just garbage, you got to throw it out. out. You
That's
feel what I'm
right.
saying,
That's
Kev?
right. That's
and
right.
then we got to come through with this Levitical law because, like you said, the Levitical law is what really governs this
That's
country.
right.
It's the same law.
That's
it's the
right.
same Ten Commandments. That's the Bill of Rights.
Yeah, that's right.
They got it from Mount Sinai. Mount
That's right.
Sinai is in New York.
There you
All
go.
these places,
And you already know
it's the Holy
that
Land.
deals with George Washington. That
George
deals with
Washington,
that's all in New York there.
exactly.
That's so you,
all
it's
in
a
New
whole
York.
different.
That Amber Room, everything. Yo, Kev, listen to me. Fuck all. Excuse my language. I'm gonna talk in a baby language. I gotta go. Forget all these trolls. Forget all these naysayers. Listen to me, King. You got an army behind, like how Tyrese said not too long ago. You got an army now, nigga. You got an army for real. Because I'm telling you, this shit right here is the truth. Because I lived it, I breathed it, I've been a victim of it, and I recognize it. It's a lot more others that know how to recognize it too, but they can't articulate themselves that well. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I appreciate you, champion, because you challenge me. Any man that come on here with their feelings, you's a bitch. Excuse my language, because at the end of the day, he's making you smart. He's making you use your brain. Because that's what they do. They get us in court. They laugh at us. They use these words, and they look at us as minors, as children.
That's right.
Another thing, right? It's three types of English, y'all. It's slang, proper English, and it's law. For instance, Kev, that chain you got on right now, that shit fire.
Right.
Now, that's one form of English, right? Now, if you look at this, Kev, you hire them, you fire them at the row, right?
Right.
Boom. That's another second. That's the second form. Now, the third, look at that house over there, Kev. It's on fire. We got to call it FDNY, whatever. Boom. We use the word fire 3 times, but it describes 3 different things.
Right.
That's what a word semantic is. And that's what the Pope told them to stop doing in that motu proprio and that civil order on July 4th for like 2014. He got it for the word semantics. All of these crimes that they told us, FBI stand down. Y'all ain't no different from T-Mobile. These are all corporations. We give them power by letting them come in and invade our privacy.
And he owns the corporation, so he has authority to tell them to stand down.
To stand down, but they're not listening because this country done went rogue. It's a ghost ship, like everything you were saying a year ago. All of that, you feel what I'm saying? It's like in hyperdrive right now. It needs the right person. It needs a redeemer. It needs a King Gillespie. You hear what I'm saying? Whether people like it or not, it's the truth.
I think that's what acceptance is. It's like, wow, how big is this? Is it? Yo, am I really laying it down at that level? And it's like, yeah.
Yo, you laying it down, bro.
I'm up 2, 3 in the morning.
A big missing piece.
Whoa.
Nah, listen, you're a big missing piece of this puzzle. You hear what I'm saying? Well, after listening to you, I connected all the missing dots. All of them. And I was like, because sometimes you be like, yo, I don't want to do this, but I got to go in court and fight. And it's a spiritual battle. It's draining because people in there looking at you like you crazy, whatever the case may be. And then sometimes you don't even got the energy to even deal with it. Because you know these devils is out here playing games with our life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly. But sometimes, like you said, you got to attack it head on. You got to be a man, and you can't stand for what's going on, because if this was what George Washington, the founding fathers, did for us, we got to repay him. It's not it's a responsibility.
That's right.
It's all of that. You feel? It's an obligation. Forget responsibility. It's an obligation. Because once we realize that this was ours, we the rightful owners.
Yeah.
That should be enough fucking motivation right there for you to get on your A game and start getting into these books. It don't cost no bullets. It don't cost no violence.
Our people are into God. So being and learning Levitical law and let's say law, and being that it goes hand in hand, is not hard. Once you grasp, it's a history book and all this other stuff, but it's
a law
it's
book.
Together.
It's all of that.
It's
all of that.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Once you put it to like in allegories and I read it like that, because we from the streets. I rap, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But I left it alone because I don't like the way the industry is going. You feel me?
Right.
But I identify similes and metaphors great, and that's what that book is full of. Similes and metaphors.
So and that's what I think rappers can see is like, and I think that's what was big on the 7%ers, and like I said, the side editor, where they can say, black folk, y'all don't see that this is allegories. Well, it's bad terminologies. It's metaphoric.
It's bad terminology.
prophecies,
That's
and
what
it's
it is.
talking about law in a metaphorical way using characters of the time. Now, it's up to the individual to identify the characters and see the similarities in history and time in that one's own life, so you can correlate. Wait a minute, the Bible is actually talking about real history? Yeah.
It's real.
And here's this, and this is that, and this is that. It's like, whoa. And there it is.
So,
Your brain to be going.
right?
Go ahead, King.
This is what the media did with the Tupac and Biggie stuff. Because remember the girl that called last week? She from Brooklyn. You was bigging up Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is what it did. Inadvertently to our minds. Tupac was a warrior. To the point where Biggie wasn't on his level on the spiritual warrior aspect.
Right.
That's a whole different topic.
Yeah, lyrically.
Pac was a freedom fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? But I'm talking about like somebody that stands for something.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that because I grew up in Brooklyn. I was born in Brooklyn. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So my mom's and pops from Brooklyn. So when that beat thing happened, we didn't listen to Pac at all.
Right.
So we wasn't catching the gems. We wasn't catching the metaphors.
Right.
I wish we could go back in time.
They say, why the West Coast? This is the question that I get. Why the West Coast love Pac more than the East Coast? And it's that reason right there. It was the beef. If you explaining it right now, you explaining it right now. Because the West Coast picked up the game. Because the West Coast been on the game shit, but when it came to that, but when it came like Pac, nigga, that nigga had a shine. I was just like, that's real, and that's the mold. So go ahead, King. He dropping jewels.
He was a pillar. He was a pillar of the black community, like really, like he was talking to everybody. He didn't care. You get what I'm saying? But like you say, he was 25 and he was going about it the wrong way, pure at heart. But he should have did it a little bit more slicker. You get what I'm saying? But I say that to say this, right? They put these people that we idolize, and then if they got a problem with somebody, we automatically deem that's our problem too. We don't even bother listening to this man because of we on this side, and that's just division at its finest. We gotta stop doing that. You get what I'm saying? We gotta really listen to our brothers. It don't matter where they from. If we on the same page, we got the complexion for the connection. We gotta be on the same type of time, that means mentally, spiritually, and physically. You get what I'm saying? All of these things is important for us to get up out of this, because I'm telling you, I see it clear as day. I'm looking at these buildings. Remember I showed you the picture of the vault down there at the restaurant and all that? That was an old
that's you
from the 1900s. That's
shit.
me.
My goodness.
Yeah,
I ain't even showed them that.
Nah, don't even.
I ain't even showed them. That's what I'm working on.
I'm a definitely call in. I'm on the ground. I'm taking pictures. I'm with my
because that vote has the same amount of layers that was described as.
And that exactly.
You know what I'm going.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. And I'm telling you, that vote, when you see it, if y'all don't know what we're talking about, it was a show that he did like a couple weeks back, and it was showing how they designed the vote in the Amber Room, the Treasury room. So basically, we look at these Federal Reserve banks, there's only a few in every state. Like New York got one, a few other states got these Federal Reserve banks. They copied that off of our Treasury room. Our Treasury room were our first banks, which you would sit there and say was with the post offices and all that. That's why they got P.O. boxes in here.
And those are the banks. Those are your banks. Safety deposit
Those are our banks. You get what I'm saying? That's what they rated with the gold and all that. It looked so evident because when I went in there, that building, I did the research. It was constructed in the early 1900s. That vote been there since it's been there because it's a high rise now. There's no way you could get the vote inside the building with the high rise there. A crane is too heavy. That's why they couldn't move it. So what they start doing is they start changing our structures so we can't recognize them in their old form. But if you look at the base of the structure, from like the bottom to the like fourth floor in a city building, you will see that the
like at the cornerstone.
At the cornerstones, there's some materials that's not being used at the top, and you gotta ask yourself why. It's because they just added to it, and it's just throwing us off, so we can't recognize it. It's in plain sight. All of these structures is in plain sight. I kid you not.
Hey, that's funny how they say the cornerstone is at the top, but me and you just identified the cornerstone as being at the base.
It's at the bottom. You feel what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Above, so below. You know what I mean? I don't want to get too crazy.
Yeah, no, but that's crazy. I just thought about that like, damn, but we just mentioned the cornerstone. But listen,
go
ahead.
But that's what it be. You feel what I'm saying? Like they hide these things, these landmarks, so we won't recognize them. And then there's another thing, right? So I'm doing work in Philly. Like I told, now picture this, right? Germantown was founded in 1670 something. This is a town in Philadelphia. But Germany, the country, so-called Germany, was founded in 1940. So who was named after who? Who was named? Ain't no way I can name my mom.
Africa is named in the 40s. Germany is incorporated in the 40s.
Israel, all named after towns in America. They named after in America.
So let's get this understood. I know me and you can rap fucking month off of this. So let's just say when we watching the theater of war and those World War II films, and they talking about bombing Germany and all of these Luxembourg, they could have been bombing. When you look at those planes, it looked like Middle America, bro. It's all grafted. It's like beautiful. Like what?
Listen,
I think it is.
The clock in Chicago is the same one as the clock in London. And I think it's like the Benjamin Banneker, the Big Ben. It's one in Chicago. It's still one, so it had to be two of them, and they just took one. The Eiffel Tower, I heard, was out here. They just took all our stuff, the deconstruction, reconstruction period. Yes. They deconstructed our buildings and reconstructed them and made homelands to make it seem like they was the ones who founded them.
That's right. What's the Eiffel Tower doing? Like smack right in the middle of nothing. Nothing is going on.
It was the Eiffel Tower was an elevator, and it was a telephone type of like a radio thing. You know, like the top of the building.
Because they had wireless. Because
exactly.
See, I learned this looking at them World Fairs in Pacific Bell and knowing that
you killed them with that.
That's
killed them.
That's crazy.
That was enough. If that didn't make anybody believe, I'm sick of this troll calling in talking about yo listen here. I'm gonna talk to you, fuck Kev. Listen, man. If you can't see, if your eyes can't tell you what you seeing, you need to go to bed permanently for real. Cause stop coming in here trying to throw rocks in a puddle and cause a disruption in the flow of this intelligence right here, bro. That's very childish. So we talking about being a man, and what that dude be doing, it be pissing me off every day. You gotta call and you gotta listen in and just call somebody a bitch out their character and all that, bro. Like, we from the streets, we don't tolerate these type of words. So when somebody's preaching, let them preach. If it don't apply, let it fly.
Facts.
Because what he's saying is all wise, right, and exact. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You feel what I'm saying? Because I've been fighting these government agencies and entities. I've been on child support since I was 19.
And that's what I do this shit for, is for niggas that see this shit. I tell you.
So it's like it's a bigger battle here than what people be thinking it is. It's not about money. It's not about cash app. Even if you is getting your blessings, so what? Don't hate. He's doing a great job. He deserves.
I don't let that stuff get to me. Let me tell you something about our community. Our people love when we doing constructive things, and our people also know what a hater is. So we ain't even worried about that. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a content creator, and I choose to do this content, and these are the people that choose to support.
But you know why I'm saying it, Kev?
No. I fucks with you.
You got new viewers. You feel me? So I don't want a first-time viewer coming in and hearing him, and then, you know, people like negativity more than positivity.
Yeah,
they hear his jargon, and they be like, yeah, he probably talking some bull. You hearing me now. This man right here in front of y'all, he get on here in his free time, and he do this for us, for the people. You got to appreciate that, because nobody bringing it to you like that. We have had all these teachers and taught us false doctrines. Message to the Black Man. That's a book that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad wrote. I read that when I was 5 years old. My father made me read it. Message to the Black Man. That title alone is detrimental to our uprising and our getting up out of these shackles, these mental shackles. Because a black man is a dead man.
That's fact.
So from Noble Drew Ali to all these people, they were lies. They were spies.
That's fact.
You killed him with Garvey. He was a Frenchman.
Oh my
Black
God.
Star Line, White Star Line.
You think I wanted to say that? You think I want to say that?
Nah, it is what it is. Because you want to know why? Nah, you got to, because there's blocks in Brooklyn named after him. So what they doing is erasing our names and naming these things after these people.
Who
genocided
us, who took
foreign
part in the
invaders.
genocide
Exactly.
and stuff, and that's not right.
Exactly. Martin Luther King, I love him. But what he did was wrong. He walked us into the burning buildings with the little mouth water stuff. With the civil rights.
And we
so
already
we gotta
had
understand the lingo. We already had it. We give the rights.
That's
Forget
right.
that. We give rights.
We are
the
the
right
right.
bearers.
We are the
we are the right. So what people talking about, we give these people rights. So like you said, the reason we don't want to work is because we're supposed to be running this shit.
Fact.
Not working it, but not sitting here saying on some on some extremist stuff because we scared people. We caring and forgiving people.
That's right.
We can't miss those teachings from the Bible and from God that he blessed us with. You feel me? Now I'm not an innocent person. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm getting there. I'm a work in progress.
None of us are. That's why he worked.
You know what I mean? 'Cause we was. Exactly. So this is why I understand why he didn't flood the earth again. You feel what I'm saying? After knowing him and all that. You get what I'm saying? Because we have to show him we worthy. And that's a challenge that I'm up against. You feel what I'm saying, Kev? I know you're doing your thing. I got to get back to work and all that. So Kiki, I'm going to hit you up tomorrow. You feel me? Love you too, bro. Keep on doing your thing. You hear me?
Man.
You already know.
New York in the building.
You already know. New York in the building.
You already know what it is. Shout out to my kings out there in New York. I told you. I'm going to come back to the West Coast on this type of shit, on this type of time. Listen, press one. You like, what, Kev? The fuck? You got Timberland boots on. You got a puffy jacket. Press one. You ain't smoking. You don't eat hot dogs no more. You don't eat hot dogs. You know, fucking, I'm in jacket, no fucking hot dog, bro. They gonna send me back to Cali. Fucked up. I ain't jacking no motherfucking hot dog, yo. Press one. Lord have mercy, the East Coast is God body with it. I told you I was coming to get that good. Oh, I told you I was doing a chitlin circuit around the earth. Press one, I gotta go everywhere. Fuck that. No, but it's true though. The young man should be more aware of his words. I don't even get mad at it because he do it every time he don't got nothing to do. And rather than sit here and get agitated, I'd rather just keep flowing. But I want people to know that